And we're live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Andromeda Adventures. Just a quick shout out. Happy Halloween to all of our viewers and audience. We will not be here on Thursday since we air on Tuesdays, but you can check out our past episodes on YouTube at Andromeda Adventures. Please like, follow, and subscribe. It helps support the channel. You can check us. You can support us on Patreon and get some cool battle maps for sci-fi and fantasy games. They're up on the Patreon to help make everything worthwhile. And one of the options, if you subscribe at a high enough tier, is for an NPC to be made for the game. So someone for our band to run into and have yourself featured in Cyberpunk's Night City. Other than that, we do have a brief bit of information about our upcoming schedule. Do want to apologize for missing you last week. There was some health problems. But David, do you want to tell us about what's going on with next week?
Yes, next week, as many of you might know, is a pretty eventful Tuesday in the U.S. So we will not be meeting next week, but we will be right back the week after that. I didn't check out the date beforehand, on the 12th will be when we return. So come back, same bat time, same bat channel on the 12th.
Also, stick around after the show. We have a new outro where you will get to hear our band in-game Neon Resonance's new hit single, Final Glitch, composed by our own Shane, lyrics written by myself. And do you remember the name of the singer we got?
Yes, SRA is her name. If you wait around in the credits, you will see her name featured for vocals. She was fantastic, by the way. She's on Fiverr. Amazing. That's how I found her. She is really good. She doesn't do it on our track this time. I do plan on hiring her again for any future songs we make. But she does even some really good metal, like growling type music. She's got incredible variety. Highly intelligent person.
Really amazing.
Everybody
definitely stick around after the show to check it out. And with that, I don't believe we other announcements is we'll be working on songs and adding them to the outro as time goes on, and work on getting some of those uploaded independently to YouTube if you enjoy the music. So check them out as they come and as we roll them out. Other than that, I think it's time to cue that intro.
Let's do it.
I've already got, I think.
We're back.
Hello.
David, take it away.
Yes. So as y'all remember, after last session, you managed to get your really super nice amp, that tune, sort of your new fixer who's hooking you up with gigs, managed to get for you. Unfortunately, it's not for another week or so till your first gig happens, which is actually, I say unfortunately, but to be fair, you just made a band. And you don't exactly have a lot of songs lined up. So other than maybe a few covers, maybe a first single, like a song that we may have mentioned in the outro, would be a good first start. But we shall see what happens. After last session, y'all kind of all were told by Tune of a really good studio called the oh gosh, I forgot my name of my own studio, and I did not have it pulled up. Decibel Den was the name, if I recall. And Decibel Den. And you went out there. It was kind of a cool, low level vibe. The owner seemed really cool. Had a really kick-ass daughter who was like, I think Bruce seemed to really take a liking to her because she was a bit of a Night City attitude. And that is where we left off. You were at the studio. You were kind of getting familiar with it. and I believe it's still there. I don't think you have necessarily done any practice yet, or
We
practice
did
your
some
instrument.
roles for some practice. We were getting into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, how
First
would
blood was
y'all?
said.
Yeah. Is there anything y'all want to do at the studio before you head out?
Well, I think we should probably start working on our first song because, tell you this much, a cover band ain't gonna make it too far.
No. That's one way to get started, but we can't live off of covers. Let's yeah. I think I got some riffs kicking around. What about you? What about you, Brucey? You got some? You
I
got
got some
something you're burning
lyrics.
to
I got
say?
some lyrics. I
Yeah.
got sort of this. I can't stop. I can't stop. The things we've lost, they won't return. I can't stop.
Ooh.
I can't stop. In neon flames we burn. Been
I
toying
like it.
around with it.
I like it. All right. Adzed starts noodling on the guitar, thinking about that. Thinking about those
The-
lyrics.
Sitting in the corner on the sofa is Casey, which is, I may have said the wrong name a second ago. Casey, the daughter of Lenny Decibel, as he's called Dawson, the owner of the studio, is sitting there. She's got a guitar. It's a beat up one, but it looks like a pretty good quality one, just maybe a bit old and used. And she looks over and says, "So, what's the name of the song you got?"
Final glitch is what I've been working on.
Is this like,
It's about the cost of running with the edge runners and taking our lives to the streets and
Ooh.
fighting it against the
Edgy.
corporations.
oh,
It's about what it costs and watching everyone go down around you.
so like, what's your sound?
Yeah, a little metal,
What's-
a little punk.
A metal or punk? Yeah. Is that you don't all
That's what I'm
look
thinking.
metal and punk?
Oh, I know. They got to work on the costumes a bit.
You know,
I'd say I'm up to par.
What do you mean, costumes?
you need a costume if you live the life.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not gonna wear like some frilly ass bullshit kind of costume, are you? I've seen those bands come through all the goddamn time. They
Do I look like I need a
they look like
costume?
posers.
This is pure punk, baby.
Those freaking chromatic rockers.
She kind of leans forward and says, "Are you sure that's not already a costume?
Watch out there.
The whole shark teeth thing."
It's a
What are you
way of
getting?
life.
What are you getting philosophical with us, kid? Gonna read us some Kant? Something?
I see all types come through here. All types. You know?
All right.
Dime a dozen. You know, a good solid punk band, they can be awesome.
Yeah.
But you talk about costumes, you talk about all this kind of shit. Yeah.
It's just talking shit.
Brucey knows her theatrics, but she's real. She's real as they come.
Live in the combat zone, baby.
Combat Zone will fucking change it, man.
There's a lot of people
Oh,
in the
shit.
combat zone. Some of
There's
them
a
are just
song
good at
in that.
hiding.
I haven't been to Combat Zone for too long, but I feel like I've been adapting pretty well.
Seem a little shy for the combat zone. How do you make it out there?
What's that?
I was
Seem a
saying,
little shy.
You seem a little shy for the combat zone.
Oh, well, I'm not a big fan of the noise, nor the people, nor anything that goes on there, but I've been surviving.
Ah, but you gotta get to know the people. They're the color and lifeblood of the city.
If I could be colorblind, then I'd be happier.
Hmm.
All right. So, so y'all are going to be working on a song then, right?
Yeah,
Trying to get
yeah.
Yeah.
your first,
I
trying to
think
get your
so.
first, hopefully big hit together. Who is going to write it? Who's going to make? And when I say write it, I mean like going to
Bruce is-
compose it.
Bruce is gonna try to make it decent.
All right. Why don't
think-
you make a? Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I think Adzed will kind of jam with Brucey a little bit, kind
All
of
right.
since he was already playing around with riffs, maybe they'll throw shit back at each other.
Let's see what sticks when it comes to your musical ticks.
All right. Well then, why don't you first, there, Shane? How are you going to do it? Are you going to do it by helping her like write lyrics? Are you going to like jam on your guitar, try to get a tune going?
I'm gonna I'm gonna jam. So I figure she's gonna like try out some lyrics and try out some like melodies, like vocal melodies, and he's just gonna Adzed's just gonna try jamming on a couple riff ideas along to her. Tunes his guitar a little bit.
All right.
Let's go
So
standard for this one.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead for me then? Make a make a play instrument skill roll.
Okay. All right, I'll just go ahead and roll it. Oh.
All right.
That's
well,
not good.
Well, luckily this is not. So you did not do well. Frosty, Adzed, look, you heard him play the other night. You know he's good.
I know he can play. He's just not playing today. What? You didn't have your coffee? You need a little more booze in you?
I don't know. Maybe it's something with the. Maybe it's something
Just
with the.
gonna walk over and kind of give him light slaps on the cheek. Come on, you got this. You got this.
Casey's over there, kind of snickering in the corner. Lenny is a complete professional. He's in the booth. That area, just kind of just waiting to like
look at me.
record.
Give me a mean face. Come on. And she grimaces with her sharp teeth. Come
Yeah,
on, let me see
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You're in the
yeah,
combat zone.
yeah.
You're fighting for your life. Come on.
Listen,
Well-
I live it every day, man. I live it every day, girl.
To reach down in deep inside and grab it.
I think he's
Well, there-
like, what's up?
I was gonna say while they're starting to bond, Javi's gonna try to hit a beat
All right.
to see if he can get him in the mood.
All right, Javi, why don't you make a play
Good
instrument
idea.
roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Take
that's what I'm
that,
talking
beat.
about. There you go.
Oh wow, 28. Oh, we should remember
Starts
to announce
tamping her feet.
Yes.
mentioning her
28.
Oh yeah.
That's-
In case it wasn't clear to the audience, I fully fumbled.
Rolled a one and a 6.
That is my first 10 ever.
Congrats.
Hi.
Brucey's kind of stomping her feet with the beat that's going and grabs Adzed. You feel it? Come on. You feel that?
You know what? Yeah, let's start with the drums. Let's
as
start with the
Jav-
drums then. Yeah.
As Javi starts playing music, yeah, Raven would, Lich would probably start, following on that then.
He's gonna
Yeah,
spin
yeah.
his drumsticks and point at Queen.
All right,
Yeah.
21.
21. Nice.
There we go.
What is
Got
X
it,
doing
Rich.
through
You
all
got
this,
it.
Black Raven?
I am just been standing there looking at you all as if I'm looking at the gorilla exhibit at a zoo.
How did you end up with this group?
What the hell is going on in my damn home? What the hell is this? I want to
Do you
go home.
do you like reluctantly join in, or are you just
Yes,
standing
I
there?
do, because I already know that I'm about to be called by Javi next.
Yeah.
To try to anticipate it?
Like,
All right.
oh, he's calling people. Hold on.
All right, Frosty, why don't you make a compose roll? You got at least some assistance there, so you get a +1 to the roll.
I'm gonna
There's really
spend
only
3
one
luck
person
on
needed
this.
to help you, but everybody we got some people a chance to try. X, you're welcome to see how well you do with your bass guitar if you want to play your instrument. Just for
Yeah, sure, why not?
What?
Ooh.
I have a 19.
nice.
And
You're playing
Bruce,
very
you-
well.
And I
Created
just
a
rolled a
masterpiece.
30.
Point that out. You just rolled 2 10s in a row. You don't know what's going on, Bruce. Maybe it's that beat that Javi's throwing down. Maybe it's that gentle ribbing that Casey was giving you. Maybe it was the fact that Shane kind of didn't quite get it together, and you felt inspirational at how you kind of encouraged him. But you're feeling good about this song. Everything
She's
is
swaying,
clicking.
she belting it out.
Have you ever heard of like a lot of people when they write things, it might take them weeks or something like that. But then you hear that story of somebody who like wrote an entire song in like 1 hour or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You're in the later camp here.
All right.
Johnny
Within an
Silverhand
hour, you
probably
got a
has
song.
an interview or two like that. I made this song in an hour, and it was an inspiration.
Black Sabbath
Well,
wrote.
sometimes you just get the muse, right? Frosty,
Yeah.
You
why
getting the
don't you
vibe?
describe like Bruce's like what clicked? What's the muse behind this? What really?
Bruce's feel on the beat, and she's thinking about the combat zone, the people she watched die, and the fact that her and some of her group are in there, and she's just thinking about the high cost of, fighting the good fight, and really channeling that rage and the hatred towards the corporate and upper echelons of society and how they're bringing everything down. And she's sort of got her own personal rage about some of that stuff. And she's just feeling it in her gut. She's kind of swaying a little bit, sinewy, sort of serpentining through the booths, kind of pointing at people to cue them up, sort of almost like a conductor as she's clenching her fists and baring her teeth, grabs the microphone and just starts belting it out.
Nice. All right. Within a session, y'all have a song. It's written, it's recorded, and it's Shane, you're the professional musician. You correct me the process here. What would be the steps if you did a song in the afternoon?
Oh, if you could write the song and record it in hours, easily for sure. If you're playing as a whole band, man, you just, if you got the inspiration, we're on a roll.
Bruce is kind of walking around and getting in everybody's face a little bit, kind of giving them gentle pushes and kind of trying to antagonize and get the anger level up.
Casey is standing up, and she's like rocking like this. She's doing it a few times, like when the beat really hits it. She's like doing a full head bob kind of thing going. She does the devil horns at one point.
Sabbath wrote and recorded Paranoid in 2 hours. 2 hours. That's what I'm saying. Shit happens.
Well, but so you play it and you record it. We'll say 2 hours. We'll follow that inspiration.
Yeah.
It just happens. And it's great you got that role because it's just right off the bat. So you feel cohesive. You feel like you're coming together as a band. From a mechanic standpoint, for those in the audience, I have now given them 2 band cohesion points.
Nice.
A maximum of 5.
Fucking
and when they get to
go.
their first performance, because of their great practice and the great inspiration of this first song, the band will have 2 re-rolls on any particularly bad performance rolls they have during the first performance. They might have a chance to earn more. They got a whole week. Some more practice could maybe help. But at least they're off to a good start with a good song.
Love it.
You're feeling like a band. All right. After a good, you guys arrived here in the morning. Well, maybe late morning for Bruce, right? So
Late morning.
late morning. I say morning. It's like 11:59. That it's technically morning. And
it was the morning.
that's right. You wrap up 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening, somewhere around that time. And as you're standing there, Bruce, Lenny comes out of the sound booth. Casey has been there all afternoon. It's like, wait a second, shouldn't she have been in school when y'all arrived at some point or something like that?
Yeah, fuck that. Ain't nothing she didn't learn there that she can't learn on the streets.
if Lenny overheard you say that, he might give you a but he's not exactly kicking her out, so
She's
probably
not
better
wrong.
Sorry. But anyway, Lenny comes around to the front. He says that he looks at you and says, "All right." He says this is y'all's first recording.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I've done some recording before, but this is the first time with this group.
Well, I mean, you clearly you're quite skilled, but y'all seem to hit it. Y'all just got right together. It was great.
I've never recorded anything. I've played a bit, but
You did great, Queen.
He killed it.
Fantastic. Oh, you killed it. Killed it. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got it recorded. Do I send it to one of you for any editing or anything like that you might want to do? Or... You good with
Cut
as
it.
is?
Cut it the way it is, man.
Done.
Cut it as
I
it
like your style. Reminds
Take
me
out a
of
masterpiece.
the old days.
right.
Done. Oh yeah.
Keep
oh,
it
yeah.
raw.
All right. I'll send to each of you. I'll send to each of you a recording of it.
All
You
right.
can decide what to do with there. When you're ready to move on, you let me know. But the studio's open for you. Tune has hooked you up for at least a week's worth of practice. So you come in the afternoon, and I've got space for you.
Rock. man.
Definitely appreciate it. We'll definitely swing by. Kind of. But-
Casey, by the way, jumps in. He goes, "That was fucking awesome!
Yeah.
Fucking awesome!"
Appreciate
She's
it.
like jumping up and down.
Thanks, kid.
You know
I'm
it.
fucking calling a kid. I'm only kidding you. I'm a kid.
So,
I'm not even 18.
It's like you're 16.
I'm almost 17.
Oh, okay.
Almost.
Uh huh.
so
I think I know a song.
If you
like
round
that.
up.
I think I know a song like that. An old, one of them old songs.
That's fucking creepy. You stay away from me, pervert.
so can I count you as our first fan?
Hey. Y'all plebes have a lot more to prove before that happens.
Fair enough.
You always come party free beer.
Take it.
The number of one-hit wonders that come out over the years from some two-bit band trying to make it big are a dime a dozen.
Well, you better get in early before it gets cool.
All right.
I'll hang out, whatever. I'll be here. But hey, don't let my attitude fool you. That was fucking awesome, and she just
Hell yeah.
fuck yeah.
Hey,
And
listen. We need a hype. We need a hype man. I think.
I'm too
I
young
think
to
we're
go to
good.
the places y'all perform, but I'll
Yeah,
be
that's
here.
true. That's
We'll
true.
sneak in.
And,
You really think that her
But-
dad wants that since he's right
Hey.
there?
Mm.
Shh.
I was
Don't
gonna
tell
say,
him nothing.
I was gonna say, Decibel looks at her and just shakes his head. She kind of shrugs.
Gives her a sly head nod, yeah, we're doing.
To
we're
be
doing.
kids.
No,
Oh,
it's
to be
away.
young. Oh, to be young.
As y'all are filing out at the end of the day, Lenny walks over to Bruce. Says, "Hey, what are you doing for work right now?"
Yeah, I'd crash other shows and take over the mic, sort of guerrilla performance style. Go on some rants, make some tips.
Do you want some more steady work?
Yeah, I could use some steady work.
Well, I couldn't help but notice. Now, you got a style, but I think you got some range. Have you been trained, like professionally trained vocally?
Maybe.
Well, I need a studio vocalist. You know, sometimes bands come in, they need somebody to play a female backup role or to play in that, and you might have a studio saxophonist for that one song that you need a saxophone for or something like that. Would you be interested?
Sure, I can do that.
You're not gonna we get all kinds. You got
Yeah,
a kick-ass
wide
attitude.
range.
I love it. You're not gonna be a problem, are you?
I can't promise not to be a problem. Kind of a problem to everybody in my life, but do my best.
That's all I can ask for from anybody, right? So, all right, fine. I'll let you know when I got somebody in who needs a vocalist, and I'll give you some eddies. All right?
Sounds
I
good.
mean, it's not much, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, good, solid work. Sounds good.
All right. All right. So
Better
yeah,
than being on one of those NC's Got Talent shows.
I don't mind them really. Did you see the janitor who won last time? High school janitor.
Lucky.
It's literally the last person who won the whatever the Simon Cowell's current show is was a janitor.
Was
He's
it
saying
X
a bunch of-
Factor?
Yeah, X Factor. He's sang a bunch of Journey songs. Sorry.
Love it.
Because we're just ordinary people.
All right. So it's Thursday night when y'all wrap things up, the 2nd of April. So let's kind of think about it. Your gig is on the 9th.
Yeah.
Let's sort of think about the time you're kind of doing it. First off, how often are y'all planning on meeting up to perform, to practice between now and then? Keeping in mind, like, you all have day jobs. And, like, you have to spend a good, 6 to 8 hours of practice to get, like, really any benefit that will help you.
I think AdSet's gonna be like, listen, guys and gals, we gotta make sure we gotta rehearse.
Well, new band. We should be practicing daily, or at least every other.
Yeah. We're not at the point where we can just fuck around, and we don't want to sound like how some of these bands sound in their first show. We want to fucking kick ass. So let's meet up at least once a day this week. All right.
Once a day.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if today's recording is anything to hold off of, we're doing pretty well.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I got a day job, and
I do too. I'm gonna be working every day. I get it.
So,
Make time.
the way I vision it, if you do, you know how I said you can get a maximum of 5 rerolls from stuff? In a week's time, the way I imagine it, if you're working full time on your day job, you have enough time to get 3 rerolls. You enough time to get like 6 to 8 hours times 3 of practice. That's like you're spending all your free time more or less practicing. So if you want to get those 2 extra rerolls, you have to do something like what you just did, which was write a song, which gave you 2 rerolls for the price of 1. Or come up with something else creative.
So, just so I'm clear, so if we practiced, so we have basically 7 days from this today till the gig, right?
Keeping in mind that today's gone, so it's now closer to 6 days.
6 days. Okay, so we have 6 days. So if we practiced like for 2 hours each day, we would only get like
no, that's
2
just
of the-
enough because it's 6 to 8
it's just
hours.
enough.
Yeah, you would only get 2. But that's every single day.
right,
So if you were to imagine like a normal 5-day work week,
right.
you also have weekends. So that's why, in my mind, for every 6 to 8 hours that you practice, you get a reroll. So I think, right, for 6 to 8 hours practice session equals 1 reroll would be that. So
Okay,
so you can get 2 more pretty much between now just from practicing. on your
right.
team.
I guess I think he says so. Do we know what day of the week it is?
Yeah, you can see that on
It's
your
currently
calendar.
Thursday. Your next performance is next Thursday.
Trying to find where we see our calendar.
The other thing that we got to work out is how we're, now
Yeah.
that we're kind of a crew, some side gigs that we can get, other fixers, some actual high-paying edge running
saying-
jobs.
Saying if you go to the journal notes and the lasting simple calendar.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so it's on the 9th. So
Okay.
we'd have to like work. So like,
You-
if 6 hours like is about like 1 point, then
Don't think about it too hard about
Okay.
like actual hours.
yeah.
If you're working full time and you practice as much as you can, that's going to be 3 rerolls.
Cool.
And that's the most
okay.
you can earn through that.
Yeah.
And then you have an
Sweet.
opportunity to maybe get 2 more for anything else that you might come up with a creative. If you write a new song, and you get like an additional reroll. If you come up with some other creative means, that I as a GM have not yet fathomed to say that.
Mechanically, how are you working? If we write a new song, does that mean we actually have to send you a song to qualify?
Well, considering that Shane and Frosty have been writing the song so far, they are limited by how many songs they can churn out. So no, I'm not going to limit it that way. But I will ask them that if you guys make a song in game through that mechanic, I am going to ask them to write that song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving forward, I have a character that has composition, and I was going to put together some song lyrics.
Well, if there are two characters with the ability to compose, they can work together to write a song.
Right. Like me and Frosty could roll together, basically.
But the thing is, though, it doesn't have to be composed or stuff like that. And also, from a purely fluff perspective, I think it'd be a great idea for like other people to write songs other than just one character. So you might take point on some songs, Frosty might take point, or Bruce miraculously might take point on other songs.
Okay. Yeah, this ain't just Lennon and McCartney. George Harrison wrote some songs.
Oh, sure.
But like Fleetwood Mac or the Eagles, everyone gets a turn.
I was just trying to figure out the mechanics of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no worries. This is mechanics I made up, so
Sure.
it's all a work in progress.
All right.
Got it. Cool.
All right, so I'm sorry. Shane,
No, I mean, just out of character. Yeah, if we have titles and stuff, we have an idea of like what songs we got. I think Frosty and I could probably bang out some songs though on a real level. But yeah, I think in character, I think Adsad's like, we just gotta. We need enough time, It gets I've been in bands, and Brucey's been in bands. She knows, like, you practice a lot early on, and then when you get a feel for the band, you don't have to practice quite as much. But
exactly, once you got each other's vibe, you don't gotta practice as much.
Hey, Javi be like, hey, does anybody have to work on Saturday?
I don't think so. I could.
Why don't we meet here for?
I've got an appointment with a bottle.
You can bring the bottle over.
Yeah, bring the bottle. Yeah, why don't we just meet Saturday for like 5-6 hours?
There you go.
All right.
With it.
We need more than one song.
I got a few I'm working on. Okay,
good.
All right.
It's your first gig together.
Right. We play one song.
Well, no. You can do covers. You got
5 times.
You got covers.
Yeah.
You get covers at the high point. You say, "Here's our first song, everybody.
Gotcha.
Play it out." Crowd goes
right.
wild.
We can always go back to the first one, Blitzkrieg Bop. We can always hit that back up.
You can always do a samurai cover.
You guys know the chicken dance?
Samurai covers are always popular.
Oh yeah.
Heck, Casey has a samurai. I don't know if you guys remember the picture from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey has a samurai shirt on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the first thing
And they haven't even been a
on
band
to,
in like years.
the first thing
we
he
don't
walked
and never
onto
fade
was,
away.
Was on. She asked us to play samurai, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, samurai hasn't been really active for like a few years now.
For a few years.
Yeah.
So
They sold out.
Yeah.
I hope at some point, Bruce, you meet Johnny Silverhand so you can tell that to him to his face.
I mean,
I'd love to see
Johnny
that.
Silverhand is well known for being even.
No.
even-headed.
Johnny never sold out. The rest of them.
Oh, in that case, Johnny Silverhand
Yeah,
would be your
Carrie.
best friend.
I mean, hey, you only got a couple of
Carrie-
years, so if you want to talk to him, you gotta hurry up.
that Carrie Uridine, man.
You got 2 years.
He's a
You got
good
2
player,
years, Sky.
but-
Hey, Sky, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Sky? The year's 2020. There's no Arasaka nuclear bombing set
The
off.
what? The
exactly,
what?
Exactly. What are you talking
what?
about?
I've never
Nuclear
heard of
bomb?
that.
Arasaka?
Have y'all been
This is
hitting the
our
synth, though?
cyberpunk.
Have y'all been hitting the synth coke?
Not lately. Got any?
But yeah, so
No, I do not partake in those kind of party favors.
Oh, that's a
However,
shame.
would you care for a blunt?
oh yeah, also
Not really my
I-
style.
also,
the natural
X.
stuff
I wouldn't
grows
s-
out of the ground. It's all bad for you.
That's
Also-
like I wouldn't say no. I
also
wouldn't say no.
X. This during this downtime, weren't you making an instrument?
Yes, I do
I just
need to
remembered
make
that.
hobbies drums,
Mm.
Oh
You were
yeah.
making a drum
which
kit for
I
the band.
didn't
Yeah.
get to make the roll. So can I make that a fabrication?
You can. It'll be during the week. I will say though, Black Raven. Todd's already kind of hinted at this, so I'll go ahead and spoil it. He is going to change characters.
No, I
You
read
wanna
that.
s-
I read that.
Yeah. Do you want to spend time still to make?
Yeah, you don't
that
have to
for
worry about it.
If I don't have to worry about it, then I won't, and I'm going to assume that there's going to be something there.
You know what? If you want, since it's not, doesn't matter really, since he's changing characters. I'll let you do that and still do a hustle.
Hmm.
Like,
Mm,
and it'll just be for a good gesture to Javi, perhaps before
Cool.
Javi leaves the group. If you want to do that.
All right, so basic tech
Yeah.
because I'm
basic
making
tech.
drums.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
nothing. Yeah, it's not like a complex. Oh, maybe. X, do you want to share what you rolled?
I rolled an 11, so I failed, and I realized halfway through, so it doesn't matter.
oh,
I mean, that means that the materials are still not wasted, so you can use that $250 worth of material for something else you want to build. So
You might save it, but unfortunately, to your point, you maybe you won't be able to make it for Javi.
That's all right.
We'll do Javi last on this, but so you guys all go off, do your hustles. I'm not going to have you role play out every practice session you do. Suffice to say, you meet up on a Saturday. You maybe find 2 hours here, 2 hours there. You contact Lenny Decibel periodically. Let them know when you're booking the studio. You got the studio space to use, but you still have to book it because there's other bands coming in to do it. So you plan, you book it, you get on the schedule, all that kind of jazz. So why don't we start with Lich Queen? Lich Queen, could you describe perhaps the kind of work you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Not the stuff with the band, not your edge running gigs, but your day-to-day work that you do.
Well, I'd say that typically I'd be trying to get data or try and find information for my crew.
So by crew, you mean we hinted at this before, the Steel Wendigos,
Yeah.
the pirate
Yeah.
group that you associate with. And where do you do this from?
I'd say typically from my apartment or so.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting
nope.
like any information that they need about Night City and
Yeah. And so you're in your apartment. You described it the first time, but do you want to remind us?
yeah, it's
Really
a
what it looks like?
relatively messy place. It's not really well taken care of. Kind of center of combat zone. Pretty loud, pretty scummy.
So as you're sitting there, this is maybe. So that was Thursday. You work Friday. Maybe I'll meet up on Saturday. Maybe a bit on Sunday. I mean, you don't have a regular job, so it's not like you're a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday type person.
Yeah.
So we'll say this is on that Sunday. You're at work. You're on there. You're hacked into a network. You're doing some sort of basic net running. This is not a hacking into a net architecture. That would be at location somewhere. This is going through collecting data that's valuable, black market data, potential clients. You're browsing through the forums, trying to get information that you think the Steel Wendigos would want. When you hear a very, very soft knock at your door, this is in your place in the combat zone.
Yeah, it's like head over and try and look through the peephole first of all.
Yeah. You look through the peephole. You see this woman standing on the other side. Let me know if you don't see a picture pop up. You should.
Yeah, I see her. I'm just gonna.
She is standing there. She is wearing her suit. She is actually very carefully kind of pulling her sleeves.
Hmm.
She looks very nonplussed being in the combat zone, but she's clearly corporal.
I'm gonna, pull out my gun and like prep it, and I kind of yell to the outside of the door, to outsign the gunfire and the cars. Who are you? Who sent you?
Ah, is that you, Miss Brandt?
Who's asking?
My name is Miranda Vale, and she holds up a black business card. It's sleek. She has a very faint smile. She's wearing this. I didn't describe it because I showed the picture, but she has this dark tailored suit, sleek hair, um, and she has this smile. I assume you're not expecting visitors, but then again, I am not just any visitor. When she holds up the card, it says on there, Arasaka, and it says her job title. It says Senior Director of Cybersecurity Initiatives.
Mm.
I'm gonna open the door with like the kind of like the hand placed lock chain on it, and just kind of peek my head at and say, "What do you want?"
Do you let her? She's going to try to walk into the apartment. Do you let her do so?
Sir.
Okay. She kind of steps in. She doesn't respond immediately. She kind of just she's clearly looking over the stuff in your apartment. She lingers specifically on whatever cyber decks or electrical equipment you have. She has a sort of a mild amusement on her face. She sort of paces slowly around the room. And then she stops. She's kind of does a brief circle. It's not a very big place. Turns up in front of you, hands over the business card she gave you. She was showing you through the business card. It says, Arasaka has a generous offer waiting for you. I won't bore you with the details, but let's just say it includes the latest systems and a handsome salary. And plus, should help insulate you from the less pleasant parts of Night City.
Did my mother send you?
She kind of gives a cold smile. Says, your parents don't know I'm here. I'm here on my own initiative. Let's call it a career opportunity for both of us.
Why do you even want me then?
I'm sorry, Scott, I couldn't hear you.
Why do you even want me then?
Do you really think you're an asset not worth recruiting? Do you think you're only valuable because your parents deem you valuable? I can tell you right now, I see extreme value in the assets you bring potentially to Arasaka. Do you just assume Arasaka only wants you because of your parents?
I mean, that's typically the way that it goes, yeah?
I am not here because of your parents. I'm here because you are a valuable asset that would be very beneficial to Arasaka. And I think I can make you a very, very generous offer. I heard that you're now a part of some band?
Yeah. I've been dabbling into it.
That's hardly a very secure career.
Well, it's better than wasting my life away in an office space.
Oh. Do I look like I'm wasting my life away in an office space to you?
And how are your 5 vacation days a year working for you?
Oh, I feel very satisfied in my line of work. I get great enjoyment over the challenges I have, especially the process of recruiting reluctant assets.
Fucking Arasaka. You all sound like you're speaking right out of a script every single time you open your goddamn mouths.
You say that as if the DM wrote a script that he's saying. I may have pre-written a few phrases. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it work naturally. I'm sorry,
No,
Scott.
it was good.
No.
I'm joking.
Love it.
Miss Brandt,
Hmm?
I am here to offer you a position of luxury. Now, look, I understand your reluctance. The family pressuring you all these years. The desire to go out on your own. I'm offering you an opportunity independent of them. And you know what? This is not a decision to make lightly. I know that you believe your skills will keep you safe, but in Night City, oh, you alone cannot keep yourself safe. Being a part of an organization like Arasaka, that's security. I'm not just talking job security. I do not expect you to give me an answer today. But I will be back. I can be very persuasive given time.
I'm sure you can.
She takes her business card, she lays it down on the desk, and then she lays it down kind of at an angle. And then you notice for a second she looks at it, she turns it. So it's just perfectly parallel with the edge of the desk. And gives herself a self-satisfied nod. Consider my offer carefully. I'll be in touch, Miss Brandt. She gives a gentle nod, and then she walks out and shuts the door behind her. I will point out, you have seen no security with her. And she is a corpo in the middle of the combat zone.
Yeah. That's kind of asking to be robbed.
Or she's not afraid of it.
Yeah. But it's still asking to.
You might hear some gunfire down the street later on, but whether or not that's her, you don't know.
I mean, hey, that's the corpo zone.
That's right, yeah. I mean, like, it isn't. Problem is, you don't know. There's always some kind of gunfire, whether it's her or somebody else. For all you know, she probably has like a armored car waiting for her outside the building. All right.
All right.
Is there anything you would like to do, Sky, after she leaves?
Not right after, no.
Hey, like she said, there's plenty of time for you to consider her offer. All right. X.
Oh, what?
Yes, you. Tell me a bit about what your day-to-day job is.
There are many corporations inside this world. When I came to Night City, I came into contact with a low-level flunky of Dakai Sound Systems. Their tagline, earth-shattering sound for an earth-shattering age. Dakai Sound System is known for their Cypher cyberware, as well as the Dakai Box Alter, New Throat, and Scramble. Basically, throat-type cybertech, really. My day-to-day is helping this guy make ends meet. He's got quotas, and he doesn't have enough reliable techs to make his quota. That's where I come in. He gives me the parts, I make what he needs, and the scraps and whatever I can get are mine.
So, key notes here. You're not a corpo, but there is a corpo. That corpo hasn't been given the resources he needs to do his job, so he hires you, who's not a corpo, in exchange for whatever money he can pass on to you in spare parts.
Aye.
Sounds great. What's the environment in which you normally do the work that you're doing for this corpo?
There is a studio building far away from the Kai sound system, but near to this guy's home. He doesn't have a fancy corpo apartment paid for by his corporation, but he lives in a moderate zone.
So this is maybe like the north side, Little Europe, University District.
Probably more
Maybe
Little Europe.
more Little Europe. All right, so you're kind of in the Little Europe area. I will point out that's where the Brainiacs often hang out.
Hey, they don't know I'm here.
Well, they didn't before last session.
Hmm.
Okay, they don't know where you're at specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hope that glitch can keep his trap shut. He said he wouldn't snitch.
He said he would. He said he would. But who knows what kind of pressure he might be under. At
Fair enough.
some point, he probably will talk. Whenever it's plot convenient for the DM. Anyway, so you're sitting there in the studio, working around on whatever pieces of throat cybernetics you said, kind of sound equipment kind of thing that comes from the throat.
Sound systems, motherboards, some real
so-
skin and/or regular type plating.
Okay. So it is cyberware though.
Yes.
So you're working
Would
on
you
some
like me to
cyber.
roll a cyberware check? Fabrication?
No. This is your day job. If you've got plenty of parts and stuff like that, there's no risk of you failing really.
Fair
Given
enough.
time, you'll get the job. We'll roll how much money you earn, and that'll determine how successful you are at your job.
Okay.
You hear a knock at your door. This one, however, I mentioned with Scott for Lich Queen. It was a very gentle, kind of purposeful knock. This one's like a deliberate, heavy knock. There's a part of it that somehow sounds familiar to you.
That ain't the boss, man. I get up. I look through the peephole. What do I see?
You see a familiar face. You see a middle-aged man, one that was wearing a cheap suit, sort of a nice sort of hair, big nose. You recognize Detective Benson.
Huh. I open the
Good.
door and I just stare at him as if I'm looking at an old memory.
He sits
That
there.
you?
His hand, he's sitting there and says, "What? No warm welcome for an old friend?" And he just walks in.
Benson? I knew
Yes.
you were in Night City, but how'd you
He
find me?
sits there and lights up a cigarette. You're not that hard to find. How many other like tech savvy people have entered the city within recent years? Oh, okay.
What?
Quite a
There's
lot.
An influx of texts?
Quite a lot. But you did come across my desk. I'm not necessarily here. How have you been?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Joined a
Why-
band, believe it or
Why
not.
did you not tell me you were in Night City?
I thought I texted you.
Did you? Pulls out his phone. Did the DM forget that you texted him in a previous session?
We talked about it, and I did say that he knows I'm here. I've talked, and he knows I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
But if
did
you
tell
want to say that he forgot, well, he forgot.
He forgot because I forgot, so it's only fair. But he looks at his phone and says, "Oh yeah, shit, you did tell me." But you didn't tell me where you were. You got a place to stay? You okay?
I bunked with a nomad friend for now.
Nomads, they're not always reliable. He could be gone the next day.
I know. And if he leaves, I'm screwed out of a place to stay. But it's nice being able to travel America.
Cough,
I mean,
cough.
I don't got a permanent place for you, but since the missus kicked me out, I've got a spared couch.
I'll ask for it if I need it. I wouldn't ask something of you unless I actually need it. But I do appreciate the gesture. But tell me, how's life been for you here in NC?
Well, after, the Biotechnica gig, where we met, NCPD, that's where I'm at these days. Full on legit.
NCPD?
I'm a proper cop now.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. You know what gives me some advantages as a proper cop?
Oh yeah? What kind?
I hear stuff. The people on the streets, despite what you think, they're always talking to cops, always telling cops things.
Well, I imagine plenty of people want to stay out of prison, especially the way they are now.
Well, it's not always about prison, but it often is about staying out of prison. I'm not here to put pressure on you. I know you're a good, upstanding citizen, especially after the time we met. You wouldn't want to go back there, would you?
Don't worry, I'm trying to keep on the straight and narrow.
Good, good. I do believe you when you say that. I do believe you do. Um, there is a little bit of word on the street, though, I want to let you know about.
Oh, all right.
There's a. It seems you've attracted the attention of some brainiacs.
Fuck! Not them again.
They're sniffing around about you. I was a little surprised to see you in the middle of Little Europe. You're not far from where they're centered at.
Best place to hide is under their nose. They're smartasses. They think they know everything.
Sometimes people who think they know everything actually might know a thing or two.
Great. Yeah.
Look, I just wanted to come and let you know that you've come across my desk. And I found you.
And if you found me, others can too.
There
You think
go.
it's time for a change of scenery?
No. I found you because I know you. I know the kind of work you do. I had a feeling about where I could maybe track you down. I know what you look like. I know a lot about you. And I'm good at my job, despite what you might think.
Yeah.
And
Despite that, as I reminisce on all the fucking paperwork. Dear Lord.
look, you you have been so look, you're a good kid. All right? And uh, I will let you know if anything about the Brainiacs getting close to you come across my desk. I just wanted us to establish this connection here, right?
All right.
Got me, kid?
I got you, Benson. And here, my contact info. Call me every now and again. We'll talk shop.
We'll do that. And don't stay a stranger.
I won't. Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Before you go,
yeah.
take this jerky.
Takes a bite of it. Wow, is that real meat?
There are wild boar in the Badlands, among other animals.
Is that where you've been since you left the Biotenica place?
Mm, I've been all over the wilds of America, but yes, believe it or not, I crashed outside of Night City.
Ain't the world filled with small, miraculous circumstances? Brought you right to me.
I wouldn't call it that, but life is full of circumstances.
Fair enough. I ain't much of a God-fearing man myself. Hey, look, seriously, if you need me, you give me a call too. And look, just don't let this city bury you before you have a chance to like really live it up. You've not been to Night City. I know you got your shit in Maryland or whatever the fuck you come from. I mean, you lived a tough life, but Night City is something different. You got friends?
I wouldn't call them friends. Well, one of them, yes. I have
Well,
a friend.
if you want my suggestion, you make them friends. You ain't gonna live very long at all if you ain't got somebody you can rely on.
Yeah, you're right. I hate when you're right, but you're right.
I'm usually right.
Take care, Benson. It's
You
good
too,
seeing
X. And he heads out.
After he leaves, I'm just furrowing my head. I thought I got away from them the last time they tried to pin me down.
Well, we'll let you figure out what your next move is going to be in regards to all that, and we'll jump over to Adzed. Adzed, you're sitting near the entrance of a high-end lounge in some Night City corporate zone office. This is boring ass shit. Now, most of the other people, I did let them kind of elaborate a bit on their jobs, but I had something specific in mind for you.
Okay.
I wanted to flesh out a bit.
All right. All right.
You remember there was a woman named Ezra Klein.
Mm-hmm.
She was your contact in that previous job you had. Well, your day job, it's with a security company by the name of Butch and Celical. They do bodyguard corporate.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you're a corpo. It just means you work for them. That's your main paycheck. That kind of thing. Ezra Klein is your main job.
This is another one from the Scimitar Limited or whatever, right? This is a different one.
Scimitar. Oh, was that the one I originally said you guys had?
That was the original one. I assume that Elena Creel does not want to work with me anymore, given that
Ezra
the
Klein?
company I have down Elena Creel, Corpo, Scimitar. I do have.
Isn't she the one
Ezra
that I pelted
as well.
with the beer bottle?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I think
Ezra,
she.
I'm pretty sure it's Ezra Klein because I looked it up on the session.
It's possible. I wrote down Elena Creel,
But I might have the company wrong. But we will,
okay.
Yeah.
I wrote Scimitar Limited for the corpo
that
that got hit in the head. But I assumed that I was like, you sent me that one. I was like, oh, yeah, she's probably doesn't want to work with me anymore because my friend.
It's funny you say that. Now I'll say it's Scimitar Limited, and I'll maybe cut out my screw ups over
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Because Scimitar Unlimited, I have two companies related to this. There's Scimitar Unlimited and Butch and Silico, both security companies in my set.
Yeah.
That I've created. So I got them mixed up in my head.
Gotcha.
We can go with Scimitar Unlimited, so we'll stick with that.
Okay. Cool.
So you've got this job with Scimitar Unlimited. It actually works even better because Scimitar Unlimited, they tend to focus more on private security. So they're hired out more so by corpos. Butch and Celical, they're more of a bodyguard type gig. So they can be hired out by anybody else. So I think actually Scimitar Unlimited is even better.
Got it. That's perfect.
But you've been put out in this corporate job. Scimitar Unlimited, their biggest sort of contracts out in like North Side. They're spread out throughout the city. And as you're sitting in this corporate thing, it is boring as all get out. And normally when you get jobs, like you get more interesting, better jobs than this. And as you're standing there, in walks through the front doors of this big corporate building, you see Ezra. She walks up to you. And I didn't have a picture of her before because she was a throwaway character originally, which is why I got the company.
She's one of the good ones.
But after she got a, what was it, a bottle frosty?
Beer bottle.
She throw
Yeah.
A bottle thrown at her head. She's now a major NPC. She might
Her
have
canon
issues.
event, getting a bottle thrown at her head.
Yeah.
My
She was
nemesis.
going to be a throwaway character, then y'all decided otherwise.
Turned her into my nemesis.
That's right. Yeah. She walks up to you, hair perfectly cut. She's middle aged. She is kind of sharp. When she walks into the room, you can tell she scans everybody as she walks into that room. And she goes over with and she gives you a cool smile. She gives you a quick once over. She's clearly checking you out, but not in the sense that like you want a woman to be checking you out. And she's judging you. Every time you look at her, she's judging you. That said,
Ezra,
enjoying your new position here?
I sure am. Wanted to apologize for a little incident a few days ago.
Good. I hate to see somebody with your skills go to waste because of a little lack of impulse control.
Was a bit uncouth of my acquaintance. But
Oh, you think I give a shit about that little, what is it? Prissy little bullshit punk girl in a bar? Some girl who thinks she's all impressive because she put fake teeth in her mouth? I kill people like that for lunch. I don't know why I would kill them for lunch, but that's a DM issue. I deal with people like that all the damn time. Posers, people who pretend they know better. You, on the other hand, you're a professional. And I wouldn't put you here because of some pissant punk girl in a bar. Why don't you dig a little deeper and think about why you're here?
Sure. So I'm reliable. Because even if I don't do the jobs exactly as I'm asked to, I get them done, and I get them done clean. I know the last one.
We're in a business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who do you think we answer to when we're in a business?
I can guess.
You shouldn't have to guess. We're a service company. We provide services. Who do we provide services to?
Oh, the people who run this town.
We provide services to our clients. Obviously, you're not thinking about the clients. And let me ask you, punk ass bullshit shark girl aside, why do you think I was angry at you last time?
Well, because I made the client unhappy.
There is hope for you yet.
I'm service-minded.
Are you?
Well,
did the client ask you to rescue a woman and daughter in the combat zone?
Oh,
were you hired to rescue a woman and daughter in the combat zone?
Look, I think we know the answer to that.
Well,
I think also know.
The problem is that we both know the answer to that. And you're about to give me some bullshit excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's the truth. I have principles. There are some principles that I stick by. At the same time, I don't want to make my clients unhappy. But I understand where you're coming from. And I'll make an effort to ensure that that doesn't happen again.
That's it. I'd hate to see someone with your skills go to waste. I really would. You clearly have a professional standard which you reach. And I respect that. You know what I really do appreciate more? Is when somebody who I put on a job fucking does what the client tells him to do. Did you do what the client told you to do on your last job? That's it?
90% of it. 95%, I'd say.
Well, can I ask you another question? Is that the same as doing your job to do it 90 or 95%? If I told you to perhaps, do 90% of your job, would you say you did your job?
You made your point, Ezra. You got something for me?
Did I make your point? My point?
You made your point.
And I hope next week you're not sitting in the front of some fucking office building doing something I could pay somebody worth a fraction of you would do.
Yeah.
Are you going to disappoint me again? That's it.
I don't think so. I would rather not.
Good. I'm very happy to hear that. I'll speak to you later.
Sure. Hey, understand though. You know,
Am I about to hear a butt coming along?
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
not mad. I'm
It's
disappointed.
a also. We both have professional standards. And so hopefully you'll put me with clients who need to meet a reasonably close standard to my level, if you can understand where I'm coming from.
I think, that said, you need to reevaluate your role in this. You're a mercenary. You're hired to do the fucking job. You're not hired to ask the question as to why you're doing the fucking job. Can you do the fucking job?
Yeah, I can do it.
Good. Then this will only be 1 week of a boring ass front office lobby security job. And I'll speak to you next time.
Thanks for it.
And Ed said,
Yeah.
I am always available. You can always reach out to me before you make a dumbass fuck decision next time.
You got it.
And she turns and she walks out.
She's still one of the good ones, though.
It's like this fucking bitch.
Originally, when I made that NPC, which was originally a throwaway NPC, she wasn't going to be that bad.
Oh, I
It's
love
so
it.
obvious that Bruce
it.
had no impact on her whatsoever. It just rolled off of her.
She's not bearing a grudge.
Yeah.
I'm not focused about this. What do you call it? Highly detailed description of the shark woman who threw something at her or something like that. Totally doesn't care about you, Bruce. Not a bit.
Obviously, no care
Obviously doesn't.
whatsoever.
There's
Never
nobody
even
to
give it a
impact on
second thought.
The dartboard in her office, not
Totally isn't
doesn't
Bruce's
have-
face.
Doesn't have Brucey's face.
I will say, though, she does seem mostly upset with you, Adzad,
Yeah.
because of the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her,
He gets it.
her ill-hidden dislike of Bruce,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Oh
He
yeah.
was able to cover
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's very
when
real.
You're talking.
He I think Adzad knows, and I think probably generally Ezra doesn't give him jobs where there's any kind of real moral quandary that generally shows up. This happened to be one of those one. I mean,
It is, yeah. Most jobs are not going to be like that.
yeah.
But I will
exactly.
say,
but
now that
it
we've
is a good
established
one.
it,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
someday there will be, maybe, when I find it interesting to do so.
his standard security job right now is probably not going to cause any of those. I would imagine.
It's probably beneath your skills, but at least you
Yeah.
don't piss anybody off in the process.
I think as he's sorry.
Oh, no. Do you want to finish your thought?
Well, I was just gonna say as he's bored, kind of doing this, a couple things happen. I think one thing that happens is he's kind of formulating some more songs. I think he's thinking about some music. He's thinking a little bit. He's like,
Is "fuck Ezra" not one of the lyrics in these songs?
he's thinking about it. He's like, fuck Ezra.
Fuck Ezra seems direct. Maybe
Fuck
Bruce
all
has a
corpos,
good
especially
description.
Yeah.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Maybe Bruce can come up
Yeah.
with a
He's
way of
like,
saying
yeah.
"fuck Ezra."
Yeah, maybe Brucey has an idea.
He's to
And
take
then
10
I think
more bottles in the head.
Try and work that into a song lyric.
When the bottles hit the floor. When the
When the
bottles hit the floor.
When the bottles hit the floor.
I think the only other thing is he thinks about his sister Yasmin, and that's the little girl made him think of his sister Yasmin, who well, we don't have to get into the backstory just
Well,
yet.
I mean, like
So
if you think
Yeah.
like without necessarily getting into the backstory, does he pull open like a locket with a picture or pull up a picture on his phone?
he does
some
something
maybe
he does something a little more simple. He just pulls out his phone really quick and just shoots her. They haven't talked in a while. They used to talk a lot more. She's over in a Pacific Northwest City. She's the one who, well, you and I will talk. We'll maybe get into the backstory a little more. But he just sends her a text saying, "Thinking of you. Hope you're well." And
All right.
he just shoots her a little text, and because the little girl made him think of her.
Well, let me just real quick.
Yeah. He's always been protective of her, and especially when it comes to Corpos.
Sure. This is
Yasmin.
which sibling? Yasmin.
Younger.
Yes, I found her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she messaged you back fairly quickly. Um. Yeah. Messaged you back, and her first question is how are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. Jezza keeps saying shit about you.
Yeah, that's Jezza. He says.
I don't pay her any mind, you know that. I thought she'll let you know she's been bitching about you lately.
Yeah, he'll do that. Adzed is like, he's like, doing okay. Work's been work. Hope your work's been well. I'll call you soon. I'm a little. I'm on a job now, but I'll call you soon.
Her message back is you better.
He sends a smiley face.
All right, Javi.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to you real quick.
All right.
So you've been, during this week between band practice and stuff, you've been driving.
Right.
You've been doing delivery jobs for the Panteras.
Right.
Most of the jobs have been pretty mundane. You
He's
get
good
called
with
in,
that.
yeah. You get called in for one particular job.
All right.
It seems like most other jobs. But the thing that's kind of different, they load up the van, and you look over, and you see a woman. Who is looking at you, and you immediately recognize her because all the Panteras recognize her.
Right.
Her name's Alma Reyes. She's essentially the name, the leader of the Panteras.
Mm-hmm.
She has long since she's probably been in charge of them for almost close to a decade. She's close to Santiago of the Aldecados. She's really well connected among the various other sort of Aldecado clans.
All right.
And without saying anything to you, they load up the cargo, and she just climbs up into the passenger seat of your van.
He's gonna look over. Hey, you rolling with me, Mama Ama?
You can't call me Mama right now. Last I checked.
Oh, all right. Right.
She doesn't smile. She doesn't
Okay.
laugh.
All right. Well, he starts the van. Any reason you're on this one?
Not particularly.
Okay.
There's nothing important about this job.
No? All right. What do I owe the honor of your company for then, huh?
Can an old woman just go for a ride?
Sure. It is a pretty comfortable ride. Turns on the AC.
You seem awfully proud of a car given to you by the family.
I'm just happy I have it.
There's a long, drawn-out pause.
Mm-hmm. So, you want to listen to some music?
No.
I didn't think so. I
What
have a
do you
feeling.
think, Javi?
I think you have something to say, and that's why you're riding with me. and I am happy to listen.
You know what I always liked about you, Javi?
My boyish charms and
No, you're not
excellent
that.
driving skills.
We're nomads. There's plenty of people with better driving skills than you. No.
Ah, all right, all right. No,
What
I
I
don't
like
know.
What I like about you is that you're not a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I learned from the best.
You know, I was out on a job a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody came and run up to me. They said Javi's leaving the clan, leaving the family
Yeah, yeah.
because some girl died.
Yeah. Maria, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Is it normal to abandon your family when somebody dies?
It felt normal for me, though I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah, I hope you are because all this running around on your own. It's like you're
Yeah,
trying to prove something. What are you trying to prove?
I think I was more trying to get away from the situation rather than prove anything. And I had a debt.
Yeah, right. A debt the family can help with.
Well, it wasn't one I wanted to ask the family about, but I got the eddies to pay it off. So there's no that's I can wipe that debt.
So what about the other reason?
The other well, I mean, I think I've got my taste of what the city has, and I don't like it. So I think I have better family. You know what? Yeah, no, I think I made a mistake on deciding to leave.
What about Rosa?
Well, I think I can deal with Rosa as long as she keeps her gang of crows off of me.
You know, Javi,
Uh,
you're always welcome back in the family.
yeah, yeah.
If you're thinking about coming back, we'll welcome you.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you know
I-
what you're coming back for. We can't have you leaving and coming back willy-nilly when it suits your purpose.
No,
You
no.
made
If
a
I
decision to leave. That's a big decision. Are you sure you want to come back?
Yeah, yeah, I am. It was a mistake. I don't like the city. There's some crazy people out there that and they want to hang out in the combat zone. These people that I'm with now, and I don't like that place. There's gunfire and knuckleheads running around, and one of the guys shot a camera from my van. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
she kind of looks at you like,
who shoots a camera from a van? Thankfully, I had the window down. Anyway,
is that all he shot at?
well, they were going to shoot up the gang that they were going in on, but then they turned into a little love fest and got what they wanted. Anyway, yeah, no, I want to come back, but I need that. And I don't have any right to ask this, but I was hoping I could ask a favor.
Ask the favor, and I'll tell you if I can answer it.
Is there happen to be a junker van that could haul around band equipment that I could give to X?
He's
Just
not
a junker.
family.
He's not family.
He's not family.
He watched my back though.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
If at some point he comes over here and we've got a spare van, we can offer him a reasonable deal, but you know we don't. You
I
don't give
know.
out vehicles to people who aren't family.
Understood. No, I get it. But
You
yeah,
gotta be
no.
family to get
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the rides we deal with. We don't sit around on junkers just casually.
Sure. No, I get it. I get it. I mean, maybe he can do some maintenance work for us. He's really good with the wrench. But anyway, it was just
I know X.
it was one of those things where, if you don't ask, you'll never know the answer, right?
So when you coming back?
As soon as I finish this delivery. and send a message.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you back.
I'm happy to be back.
I didn't expect this to be so easy.
Yeah, well, I'm young and dumb, and well, you said I was smart, so I guess I made a smart decision, right? Huh?
Well, the two aren't mutually exclusive. You can be both.
Fair enough. That's fair.
All right.
That's it. Yeah. All right.
She found that much easier than expected.
Yeah.
Peace, Harvey.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going into your. You've been working in the studio a couple of days, mostly punk bands, things like that.
Probably 1 or 2 days. You know, it's one of those things you get a call,
Yeah.
you go in, you put in 6 hours. That's done. Other than that, she's just, calling up the rest of the group. Hey, you want to get some beers? Want to go to a bar? What are you up to? And going around partying with people in the combat zone.
Sure. You meet the Needle Clan people again. The people really focused on the body kind of piercings group. Make a conversation roll.
Oof. I said something really wrong.
Well, you don't find out the piece of information I was going to share with you. And as a matter of fact, the Needle Clan are the biggest, worst people involved in body modifications. There is totally not a Hellraiser-based poser gang out there also focused on it. That is far worse than that. So you enjoy some really cool times with the Needle Clan. And at one particular point, you're called into the studio by Dissident for a job.
All right. I hugged in.
Sure. You walk into the bar, into the studio. Lenny is there, but his daughter Casey is not. He says, Bruce. Oh, thank goodness.
Lenny, it's nice to see you again.
No, thank you for coming in. I really hope this pays out for you. This band, they're not your normal style, but hopefully you can adapt. I think your vocals will really go well with their track.
Hey, gig's a gig.
Hey, there you go. And with that, the door swings open, and in walks this woman. She is wearing a clothing that looks like it's a mixture of like Renaissance fair with cyberware, like all kind of mixed up. She's carrying a lyre. She has this big sort of like emerald, not emeralds, like sort of silvery hair that's filled with stuff. You know what? I could even show you a picture of her. Just emphasize this. And she walks in. She completely ignores you. She's got with her several other band members, including a woman with a flute, a man that has sort of like a xylophone X kind of thing with little bars, but it looks like almost like a synthesizer based xylophone. And a man with an enormous harp. And they walk in. She walks over to Lenny. She says, "So who's the singer?" And he points at you with your sharp teeth, your hair. Remind us again your hair, Frosty. Is it a mohawk?
It's pink, slight faux hawk. It's short. It's pretty short along the sides and back, but it's always styled into like a shark fit. It's a little bigger up the front.
You got like a shirt with like I think it's.
I don't have a shirt.
fishnets,
I've just got I've got fishnets on my legs with like really short skirt or shorts, and I wear a leather jacket over like a super expensive bra.
Oh, it's a bra. Yeah. So I mistook your super expensive bra with the shirt. And she kind of like her gaze just kind of lingers on you. Do you say
Take a
anything?
picture; it'll last longer.
She looks over at Lenny and says, "Interesting." It's just barely above a whisper, but she's making it clear that you can hear it. I wasn't expecting quite this aesthetic. The other band members kind of look at each other.
Neither was I,
uncertain.
Toots. But hey, song is a song. You need my vocals? I'm here to help.
Ignoring you, she looks over at Lenny. I thought we discussed a more fitting vocalist for this track. Our sound is quite delicate, easily disrupted. She seems quite harsh.
Harsh is putting it mildly, baby. But I can do what you need.
Can you now?
Yeah.
Are you... She looks you up and down. Some kind of punk singer?
I dabble in a little bit of everything, Toots. Let's just say I got skills.
Can you sing to the stars? Speak to the soul? Bring out the deepest part of a humankind's emotional being and just delicately bring about the flower to bloom before your eyes and heart?
Well, I certainly get the bodies moving at the clubs.
I don't know if this can work, Lenny. I really don't know if this can work.
Why don't we try a few bars and see?
Okay. Lenny, since you're being so cooperative and trying to convince him, will spend a moment talking to this woman. She eventually kind of agrees. They go into the studio and they begin to string it up. Now, whatever this woman's sort of like ethereal sort of
Bruce will kind of
feelings
pretend to float around the office, her arms by her
okay,
side.
yeah, you kind of trying to get into
Oh no,
it a bit.
total mocking. It's totally mocking.
Oh, total mocking. She, however, begins to sing, this woman. And whatever you might think about like her musical styling, her voice is ethereal, it's haunting. And as she plays the lyric, she's clearly very good at what she does, whether or not Bruce appreciates that or not.
She can admire the talent.
Okay.
Might not be her cup of tea, but
All right. You're mocking her in your dance around the room.
I'm gonna try and show her up.
You're going to try to show up?
Outsing.
All right. Yeah. Make a play instrument roll using your vocals.
All right. I'm gonna spend 2 luck on this.
All right. Just so you know, the singer rolled a 16. Oh, you rolled a 22. That's a good 6 points higher. Yeah. So not only did you do better than her, quite frankly, you did better than she did. But you also get like an additional bonus because you beat her by 5. What additional effect? You wanted to show her up, right? How do you do that? You're supposed to be doing backup vocals on this.
First it starts out where I kind of harmonize with her, singing the same tune, so it's like we're singing in harmony. But then as the haunting, kind of chilling melody sets in, Bruce takes it really low in kind of a different direction and harmonizes with the rest of the band and then brings it right back up and kind of stares at her eyes as she's doing it, kind of throwing her off her game a little bit as Bruce then kind of gives the song a little bit of a darker twist. But
Did you? But you are purposely showing unabashedly showing her off, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to prove that you're better than she is.
yeah.
She immediately after it becomes apparent what you're doing, after you do that big crescendo, it gets darker. She immediately cuts the song and the music just stops.
Not good enough
And she
for
looks at
you?
you and says, "I'm sorry, is this your band?"
No, just thought you'd like to see what you can get.
Well, while I will admit that you are clearly proving yourself to be quite talented, you are here to be the backup vocalist. Can you play that
course.
role?
As you wish, my queen. Gives a large bow.
You can see that Lenny in the sound booth is kind of going, "Oh God!" Like he's kind of like he looks at you, but just
Of course. I can give you what you want. You booked the time, I'm here to give you what you want. You want backup singer? You got it.
all right. So the song picks up again, that kind of stuff. Do you again try to outshine her, or are you just now that you've proven your point?
Now that I've proven my point, I do what I'm supposed to do.
All right. All right. Uh, after the song finally concludes, you do learn, by the way, that this band, through like, you never asked, they never offered, but like the shirts that they're wearing, stuff like that, they're called the Solar Drifters. Um, and
Kind of stuff
You
you'd
have-
hear on Crystal Palace. I get it.
yeah, exactly. You've actually heard of them? Like, there's no role for you to have actually heard of this band. They are certainly bigger than your current band, but obviously they're like, I'm sure Bruce would not think highly of this type of music.
No.
But they are fairly. It's actually kind of surprising to see them in this sort of dingy sound studio. And as they all leave, the the female lead singer you learn is named Ivy. Ivy Celestia, just to be more pretentious. Looks over and says, "That will do. Thank you."
You're welcome. Maybe next time we can all go and get drinks.
Perhaps not. And she turns and just walks out. One of the other band members walks by, says, "Hey, good job," and just continues following.
Thanks. It was fun.
Yeah.
A bit of a
Yeah,
stretch.
it's a harp player, actually. The guy with is this big harp he's lugging around. Like everybody else is like, she's got this little lyre.
Kind of looks at him though and goes,
He's like hugging
"Come
around
on,
the
does she ever get the tuba out of her ass?"
He's like, as he's like carrying his huge harp. He goes, no, and then walks in the elevator with his enormous harp.
Explains her sunny disposition.
Sorry. Lenny walks up to you afterwards and says, "Bruce, thank you so much. I know that's not your style of music, but really, that was the type of range I was."
I dabble in a little bit of everything. Just because I've got my own style doesn't mean I can't contribute.
Good. No, that's what I need, at least for a day job. So thank you. And next time though, try not to show up the lead vocalist when you sing.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that.
Man, half of these fucking people of our group fucking suck at their day jobs.
Hey, y'all are just starting out. Give yourselves a chance. You gotta grow into being.
Yeah, but like half of the
Fair,
people
most of you guys
have
shitty day
actively
jobs.
done things that the employees dare not want. Man, do we suck at our day
hey,
jobs.
perhaps you haven't found the right job for you.
That part. That
Right,
part.
and with that, we'll cut there for a break.
All right.
Right.
Taking us to the break screen.
All right.
Be back soon, everyone. And we're back.
Excellent. So as we left off, you all had your little scenes. Lich Queen, you met Miranda. Her full name, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, is Miranda Vale, a Arasaka employee. X, you met Benson, somebody who you have a history with. We haven't gone into that history yet in the stream, but you clearly have a history with them. Ad Zed, that fucking Ezra Klein. Might have had a different name in a previous session. She's Ezra Klein now. Definitely Scimitar Unlimited, though. Who was basically rubbing it in like, you didn't do your job, and now I'm punishing you. Bruce, you went off into the studio on your new job and met some pretentious assholes of a new agey kind of band with harps of all things and lyres. Like, who the hell are these people? But you know what you did? You fucking did your job, and you did it better than they did. Because you're that hardcore. And Javi, you met the leader of your clan, and you pretty much think that maybe your time edge running is done.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, we're going to jump ahead a bit in the calendar, because this has all been the span of that. I'm going to say it's now Tuesday. The next week, you only have 2 days until you perform. And you all show up at the studio that evening for your 2 hours or so of performance. You can squeeze in. And there's somebody noticeably missing, so you all get set up. Javi, is there anything you say or do?
Yeah, he would have said it. He definitely would have sent a message to X saying, "Dude, I'm out. I'm done. I can't deal with the city life. None of that. You want to hook up with me? I'm down out with the clan. I'm heading back with them. Other than that, I'm not coming back." And that's what he would have sent.
I think X. Does this put you in an awkward situation? You didn't exactly want to be in Night City to begin with. He dragged you into it. You didn't want to be in the band to begin with, but he dragged you into it. Black Raven, are we going to have to make a new character for you too, Black Raven?
No, but
Okay, good.
I'm just flabbergasted. Like, come on, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And you get a beep, 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 missing signal.
Does X yell that out like just as we're
In the middle of the
getting
studio
ready?
or something?
Yes, I do. It's uncharacteristic as hell.
What the
Fuck,
fuck?
now we need to
X,
find
what's
a new
up?
drummer.
Well,
Fuck, man.
you say that this is in the evening because you all have done your hustle. So Casey, who believe it or not does actually go to school most of the time.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I know. You've
Goes to school,
noticed
like, once a
since you
week.
spent time with it that her father actually does genuinely try to get her to go to school. And she does so. You can kind of tell she does it for him, like just not to
She
make
goes to
his life
school once
easier.
a week.
Yeah.
Did you do your homework, Casey?
Yeah, sure.
Here's a beer.
But anyway,
Tell no one.
but the point is, it's after school. She has, quote, done her homework, and she's hanging out in the studio with y'all, and she hears this. So I know a drummer.
Yeah. She a fucking kid?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just
I mean,
I'm just asking.
She's
I'm
supposed
just
to.
asking.
I told her about y'all. She wanted to check you out. She's coming over tonight.
Okay.
Well, we can try her out, see if it fits.
If she's too young though, she won't be able to get into the venues where
We'll
that we
sneak her in.
want to play.
We'll bring
She's
her into the
19.
back,
She's 19.
Okay. All right. Good.
Pretty sure the drinking age in Night City is
You can see over the counter.
19
As soon as you
and
can.
You don't care.
Yeah.
I've never heard it. And all the places I go to don't check IDs. Her father immediately looks at her.
I'm not.
You say it like it is,
registering-
Dad.
I'm not registering any of this. I'm
Jeez.
just in the corner, and in the background, you can just hear, "How could this happen to me?
Are you actually singing
Mistakes. Got nowhere to run." And I'm just
You know,
texting Benson
you know-
like, "Hey,
You know,
I
that's
could use that couch."
Benson messages back saying, "It's yours."
Thank you. And I'm just standing there in the corner sulking.
And as you're doing that, Casey heads up to go meet her friend. Do y'all go outside with her to meet this new drummer
Yeah.
girl, or
Sure.
No.
right? No, X. You have your own problems to deal with.
Sorry,
You've been abandoned.
X.
You've been abandoned by Todd. I mean, Javi.
Sorry, man.
Are you mourning,
to-
X? Are
it
you
left
mourning
homeless.
now?
Yeah.
Javi, no, I loved you so much. So everybody but X. Actually, Sky, you did not mention if Lich Queen's going out.
Hmm?
Are you going to go outside to check out the new drummer girl?
Yeah,
Or stay
I
inside
will.
and console or X.
I'll go outside. Yeah.
So y'all head out, and this it's sort of early evening. The sun hasn't set yet in Night City, in April.
Great, we
and-
can see all of the pollution.
Matter of fact, I haven't done this yet, but I should.
You know it's a good night city morning when there's still some smog outside. You know.
It is
Lovely.
currently cool, about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and overcast.
Ooh.
Ah,
There's clouds. Okay, good.
Yes.
there you
For
go.
those of you who might be watching this from overseas, that's 10 degrees centigrade.
Mhm.
So you guys head out. Lucky,
Uh-huh.
you begin your text from Casey. Say, "Where the fuck are you? You're late."
So she just texts back 2 blocks.
All right, that's about when she leads everybody outside.
Uh-huh.
Lucky, you come around the corner.
Uh-huh.
A group of people standing in front of the Decibel Den. You've been to the Decibel Den, God knows
Sure.
how many times.
Uh-huh. Do they look like a band or do they look like they're raiding the place?
I'll let you decide. You know what they look like. Do we need a refresher?
No. No.
Well, what we do need a description of is your character coming around
Right.
the corner,
All right.
up the hill.
Yeah. What you see
I'm saying
come
up the
around?
hill because I know you're on
Yeah.
a skateboard.
Yep. What you see come around the corner and starting down the hill is female. Of course, she's lucky to be 5 feet 2 inches tall. She's really short and petite. You might put her at like as young as Casey, but you've already been told that she was 19. But she's basically wearing what you see, except her hood's up. There's little fox ears on the hood. There's a wraparound yellow glasses. Some of you might realize that they're smart glasses, and she has a face mask, a gas mask type protective thing on, and she's zipping down, whoop, 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 coming down the thing, and she's tapping the railing with her drumsticks, and she comes to a kick flips the board into her hand, and says,
Well, you know what I'm going to require you to do?
"Yep, athletics check."
Yep, you're going to do an athletics check for a skateboard to do a trick.
All right,
Simple trick. It's a DV13.
15.
All right. Yep, you managed to do that in style.
Yep,
Not
she
like
kick
look
slipping it into
amazing.
her hand, and just looking at you see fringes of her hair has violet frost or tint, and it suddenly flickers and turns blue. She flips her hood back, puts her glasses up on her forehead. One eye is green and one eye is purple, and then the other one goes green and the opposite. Suddenly the other one's green and this one's purple, and she says, "Are you the band?"
Are you
Well,
you
hey,
a drum? Are
If
you a
they work
drummer?
out, at least someone else in the band will have style.
Yeah,
guess
she holds
so.
up. She holds up her drumsticks. They're bejeweled. They have little glitters all over it. I'm a drummer.
It's
Is
like,
there
Look,
something
It's
following
sort of like
you?
one of those.
Oh yeah,
binders
no,
with
she doesn't have the.
unicorns and
Yeah, she
everything.
doesn't. You would see on a. She has a shoulder strap bag. Sky would probably connect that with being a laptop bag, and then on her belt looks like some sort of mechanical object. She doesn't have the drone deployed right now. But yeah, I can play the drums pretty well.
all
I'm
right.
lucky.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you.
Exactly. She grins.
Uh,
Wow.
it's like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Her hair frosts to silver.
I'm lucky. You're lucky. The banister's sticky. All right.
Well, not associated with any corpse, I guess.
Oh, she spits on the ground.
Well, I'll take that as a no.
Freaking corpos.
Tight.
I hate them all.
Alright.
I really want somebody to make a corpo next. Anybody dies?
We all-
Please make a corpo.
Somebody dies. Oh no!
I will
Hey,
kill one of you.
She puts her hand on that little mechanical object on her waist, and she holds it out, and a little drone hovers in it. Can I record myself for my
Yeah.
blog?
We can
For
use
my
it
blog?
to make ourselves a music video like they used to do.
I guess so. Yeah.
I can do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, excellent.
Bucket.
as long as it doesn't
I
affect
guess
your
so.
playing.
No, it just hovers around.
We're gonna. I gotta warn you. Our bassist is mourning the loss of our previous drummer.
Oh, he died? I didn't think he died. I thought he
No,
said he went out of town.
he didn't die. He's being
Are we
dramatic.
sure? I mean, do we got?
Yeah,
Do we
pre-
gotta get some revenge?
Pretty sure. It's just being dramatic.
Aw, poor guy.
Y'all head into the studio?
This is
Yeah.
Ed
Yeah.
Zed, this is Lich Queen, and X is inside. My name's Bruce.
Nice to meet y'all. She puts her arm around Casey and leads her in. Oh man, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. No, fuck yeah, girl. These. Okay, look, they have
They
one
high
good
five.
song. They have one good song.
Huh?
They have one good song.
Don't fuck it up.
But
We've got. Hey, give us credit,
But-
Casey. We've
well,
worked
I'm
on.
giving-
we've
I'm
worked
giving
on
you
some of
credit.
this.
I'm not finished.
Okay, all right.
they've
Lucky
had
pull-
1 week.
Lucky pulls out a notebook when you say one good song. She says, "I've written a bunch of them," and shakes the notebook.
Does glitter fall out?
Yeah.
That's just like, oh Jesus Christ.
Exclusively
Well,
written.
I have a feeling
Yeah.
y'all are going to be J-pop before the end of the session.
We'll
No,
be writing
she doesn't say
pon-pon
that
shit.
they're
Donna
all.
sings.
They're all. Yeah. She doesn't
You're all
tell you that.
AKB48. Congratulations.
Yeah. She doesn't say that they're all half written.
Hey, at this point, we have to become a girl band.
Guess-
Foddered. Oh.
We'll sub Adred and X into skirts, and we'll be fine.
We're gonna be writing pom pom shit.
Crap. You know how old I am? I mentioned AKB48 as if that was a
Yeah.
recent reference. That was big in 2012 when I was last in Japan.
Oh,
12 fucking years ago. I'm getting old.
I got the reference.
Thank
but
you, Frosty.
I'm also
Yeah.
old.
But it's an
Yeah.
old reference at this point. Heck,
Yeah.
Baby Metal
It
is
is.
old.
Yeah.
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 so yeah. No.
Anyway.
I'm out.
Yeah. No.
Could be worse. I could have said SMAP. So you guys go into the studio, and
I am sulking in the corner.
I was going to ask. So X, you're standing there. Your best friend. Like you've been hanging out with Javi for a while. He was housing you. He was your best pal. You got the feeling that he wasn't quite himself. Like he felt like the character he was imbuing wasn't quite the correct character for him. So there's always a feeling that like maybe he would have to go redefine himself somehow. It doesn't hurt the thing. The fact,
My heart is hurting.
As
the
X
fact
is
that you are
sitting there,
I lost my ride. I
mourning,
lost my
Right.
house.
Brucey kind of flashes her a gun in her jacket and says, "Want me to put you out of your misery?" I mean, is it that bad?
you look over at Bruce,
Yeah.
and behind her is this girl with a hoodie with what was the type of ears?
Fox ears.
With
Fox
fox
ears.
ears curling down, covered in glitter, with diamond encrusted drumsticks.
Drumsticks. Yep.
Don't worry, the ass is just that good. She ain't really.
She'll walk up to X and offer her hand. Hiya. I'm Lucky.
Hello, Lucky. I shake the hand. It is limp.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, does anybody have some?
Hey.
Does anybody have some Dorf for this guy?
I've got some liquor.
Pulls out some 6-pack.
Pulls out a half bottle of whiskey.
Close enough to Dorf.
Lucky's gonna sit at the drums. Well, maybe this will cheer you up, and she's gonna try to do a cheery beat.
Play instrument drums.
All right. Come on. She's not as good as Javi was. 16.
You play a very solid set. So all you can tell immediately, this girl can play the drums.
Okay.
You say she's not as good as Javi, but I think she's actually, what was Javi?
Javi was 14. She's 12.
She's not quite as good as Javi.
Yeah.
But she certainly can play.
Still good.
And she
Still
does
good.
Still
she
quite
does
good.
she does this to her camera. That V that
Is she constantly she
do little hearts.
she and Ume would get along great. Watch the old Cyberpunk campaign.
That's the old one, right? Yeah.
I just kind of sigh, get up. I'm done sulking.
Come on, X.
Forget
Hit
your
us with
troubles,
the bass.
come on, get happy. We're gonna chase all your cares away.
I shove a piece of jerky near
Hallelujah,
you and just
come on.
say, shut up.
I didn't realize
That's
Bruce
it,
was
play-
that classically trained.
As it plays along, playing like kind of a jazzy guitar.
I might as well see who I'm playing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Depresso.
Yeah, since we're all doing that, I guess I'm gonna play a classical corpo elevator music.
Yeah, you rolled an 18. So just so you know, Lucky rolled a 15 in her performance. Lich Queen rolled an 18 on our classical bit. X rolled a 15. All decent rolls. Oh, somebody just. Who's
We're becoming a classical band now.
Bruce is just singing along with the 24 and adds as I 22.
Nice.
You all have a good, solid practice session.
All right.
You're getting some good practice in. I think the important thing is that you got a new member of the band, and you're all establishing yourselves. And the most important thing is that you've all proven to each other these people can play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You all rolled well enough to show that you can play music. And
You can play some music there, Lucky, but tell me, are you good on the street? You pack an iron? You know how to defend yourself?
Packing iron? I hate guns.
How do you keep yourself
She holds
safe?
up her fists. Huh? I run. Or I punch. But mostly run.
Well, you know, when we're in a firefight and because you see, this ain't just a band. We're here for the edge running lifestyle. We're going to be hitting up fixers and getting ourselves in a dangerous situation. We already pissed off a street gang, and we got to, make sure that they don't come after us for revenge or anything.
Oh, I
That's-
pissed off. Yeah.
That's like wait. But you got a drone, right? Is it a weaponized drone?
She shakes her head. No,
All
just
right.
takes pictures.
All right, we'll work on
But
that.
I have a headset.
Oh,
If guys that way to talk, I can send it up and get a bird's eye view
But,
of what's going on.
But hey, while we're at it, if you need an IT guy, I think I know a guy for you.
Well, I got a friend. My little brother's an IT guy, but
Hmm.
I can always use somebody else.
I assume you're
Little brother.
referring to me.
No, I'm talking about Glitz.
Rub it in,
Promise that I would
buddy.
get his business out there.
Oh goody.
What, do you say that in character?
Hmm?
Do you say that in character?
Oh yeah.
You're lucky I'm just going to ignore that. Do you mind if I take a look at your drone?
You're a
No.
tech guy. You're not an IT.
Let
It'll fly over to X.
let
May
Eora
I
take a
make
look at it.
Electronic security check.
Well, let me ask you, what do you want to accomplish by looking at the drone? Because I can tell you the details of the drone are obvious, but if you want to do something to the drone, it'd be a different role. Because this is a
You said that
standard
this thing
camera
has
drone.
no combat capability, right?
No.
Correct. This is if you look it up, this is an observer drone. It's literally just a drone. It doesn't really have the capability of carrying much more than a camera.
Mhm.
That's all it's designed for.
And it's small.
You could, with time, modify it to reinforce it and maybe like include a gun. The tricky part, though, if you try to add something else, is that you'll need a net runner to add a demon because,
I'm
like,
here.
let's say you want to add a gun to it. You can add a gun to it, but like you have to create a demon to operate the gun, which would
Yeah.
require a net runner.
So right now, weaponry would not be a good thing, but armoring would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
You could definitely armor it. Yeah, totally.
Could I
Right
try
now,
that?
it's drones notoriously in general are pretty light on armor. But you could buff it up.
Would that be well? They're both the same, so I'll just use field.
It would still take time. It would take time and money. You have to get the resources and you have to roll it. But in a week, yeah,
Yeah, like this ain't a military grade.
you're not
drone.
asking for anything complicated or difficult.
No, it's just a little tiny drone that she put
Yeah.
her camera. Puts a
This is
camera.
literally
on.
like the camera drones you have today.
Yeah.
It's like a little
Okay,
piece of
yeah.
plastic that flies around with the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even support itself if it's armored.
Well, no, he'd have to modify it. That's part of the tech rolls
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. Oh, you can look at that later. Shouldn't we keep
But
playing?
no, but to answer X's question directly, yes, you can modify it to be better armored and to carry more weight. It just would require time and money.
Sweet.
As per the normal sort of upgrade rules. That is one upgrade you can do. You can also add a gun. It just requires like it currently has the capability of operating as a camera, but like if you want to operate as a gun with like certain criteria, you would need a demon to like tell it what to shoot and stuff.
And a bigger
All
drone.
right.
Got it. That was cool.
So yeah, she keeps playing.
But yeah,
Right.
I can put demons.
So
into
where you
things.
from, kid?
Doesn't mind things, so.
I grew up at what was the name of the orphanage? Sorry.
I got too much stuff to worry about your character.
I know.
background, I can tell you.
Darn it! I put it in her background. There's she says the orphanage just on the edge of the combat zone.
Mm.
So you're Night City native. Well, at least you ain't got any parents that you have to worry about.
No, they're dead. Or no, they're in jail.
Either way, you're lucky.
Good as dead.
I wish they were dead.
I know the
They
feeling,
tried-
kid.
They tried to sell me as a slave.
Yeah.
Well,
That's interesting. Mine bought me as a slave.
I get the
Uh,
feeling my parents also wanted to slave me out to something bigger. So
Yeah. My dad was a ganger. My mom died when I was pretty young, so I didn't really know her.
and we're
that
all
well.
bonding over terrible parents.
Terrible stories.
It's almost as if like people who go into a life of crime and adventure are not exactly the most stable people in the world.
Right.
Yeah, my dad was kind of notorious ganger.
Any particular gang I've heard of?
Probably not. They kind of
mean here in town?
disappeared. They were in town, but this is years ago. They were the Angushaket. They were kind of wiped out. Once he died, they all kind of disappeared.
So don't tell me you're not really named Ed Zed. You're on witness protection, right? And you're hiding deep undercover.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. They disappeared due to some fucking gang bullshit. You know how it is.
All right, so
Anyway.
on that cheerful note, y'all proceed through the next couple of days. You practice as a band. You kind of get set up in your within the studio with your new drummer. I think there's probably, unless somebody tells me otherwise, perhaps X is still a bit uncertain. X, you go to Benson's house that night. It smells like stale cigarettes and old beer. Have you ever been in a frat house the morning after? Party?
Yes.
Okay.
It smells like that.
Ooh.
So like Bruce's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good comparison.
Well, I didn't come empty-handed. I came with various foodstuffs. I'm
Oh,
gonna
he's
look for Benson and ask him, "Where's your stove?"
stove. Oh, the kitchen. I think it's underneath that pile of pizza boxes over there.
You tell me you haven't had time for a home-cooked meal?
I'm a cop.
I look at him if he's stupid, and I just tell him, "Step aside." I get the cleaning, I clean the dishes, and I make him a lasagna.
He kind of sits there the whole time you're cleaning. He has like a bottle of like a glass of like scotch in his hand, and he just watches you as he sips it. Like just amused by the fact that you would even bother doing this.
Well, I'm already
He does thank you at the end of it, and you eat and stuff like that. The evening, the time he spends with you, he really is clearly just asking you about what's going on. He asks you if you tell him about the band. He asks you about the band. He does not ask you about anything illegal. If there's any hint that you might be doing anything illegal, he purposely avoids it as a topic.
Ah,
Attaboy.
don't ask, don't tell. Got it.
Like you start talking about the amp story, he immediately like turns away from it.
Don't ask, don't tell.
So this amp, really good lasagna.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. It's clear that he's like he just is making sure you're doing okay.
Yeah, the less he knows, the better. But he still cares,
Exactly. Yeah.
and I
He
care
also
my
is.
own way.
It's also clear that he views this as a temporary situation that you're staying in his place.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want to be staying here as long as I need to. I need to get the fuck up out of here.
Like you both agree. Yeah, no problem. So that next night, you guys head back to the Neon Groove. You remember that was the bar you first performed. Tune shows you up out front. Shows up to meet you up front. He goes, "Oh, okay. Thank God you're here. I got you this spot. But just so you know, I had to do some negotiating to get it to you, and I would wait a few minutes before you go into the bar. Let's just say there's another band,
If
and
you
they don't
fucking
appreciate you
say
taking their
it,
spot.
don't say it. Don't say we're opening for my old band.
No. Don't worry, Bruce. You're not opening your old band. Not tonight, at least. Maybe next week. Who knows? But no. I knew that better.
I'll kill
No,
them
this
all.
is no. This is
At Zed, you're
No, no,
helping.
I'll help. I'll help. You know I will.
no. No. There's this band. They've kind of been on the down for a bit. I managed to kind of like squeeze you in, but they were originally booked for tonight, and apparently nobody told them.
Oh, then we should.
They got
follow it.
replaced. So
Fuck.
they're in the middle
God
of currently
damn it.
fighting with the owners. Do any of you try to like peek
Who-
in to
what
look?
was the-
Or
Oh,
do you-
Bruce
What
is
was-
just going to start
what's
walking
the
in.
Bruce, no,
that's-
no.
That's
So-
it's like wait, Brucey, wait.
Oh,
Okay.
come on. I got to see the look on their faces.
What's the band?
Listen,
What's
You
the
don't
band?
go in, I go in. At least I can get in stealthily.
Stealthily? What the fuck's the point of stealthily? You just kick in the
Shit.
door.
What's the
They're
band?
not trying to shoot you. They're called Dragon Sound. All right.
Okay. Have we heard?
It's
Have
called
I
the
heard
Dragon
of them?
Sound.
You may all make streetwise rolls.
Okay.
See if you've heard of
Dragon Sound. Have I heard of Dragon Sound? Hell no.
15.
Yeah.
So X with a 5, you know jack shit.
As
Steve with a
usual.
7, you know the name, but you don't know anything about him. Adds Ed with a 13, you've heard of one of their songs. It's an older song. It's called Against the Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've heard
It's kind
that
of like
one.
a cheesy poppy thing. Like, why would anybody like that?
Yeah, isn't it like that's the aren't those the Against the Ninja?
Yeah,
Kinda
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky and Bruce, you've heard of Dragon Sound. they used to be big. They were also cheesy pop rock kind of music. Their two biggest hits were called Against the Ninja and Friends for Forever, which is really cheesy sounding. But then they took a really dark turn as they developed connections with sort of this underground gang called the Miami Connection. And they sort of like, apparently after they did that, their music started turning really, really dark, and they became fairly unpopular, and they've struggled getting gigs. So quite frankly, it doesn't surprise either of you that the minute some other band showed up wanting to play in their spot, that maybe somebody running the bar dropped them, mostly because they don't want to associate with this criminal organization known as the Miami Connection.
Oh, yeah, Bruce
Like
is
he's gonna
walking in. Bruce has got to see this.
As Bruce
He's
starts walking in,
Um,
Lucky's gonna lean toward Shane and be like, "Yeah, they're like connected to some underground gang called the Miami Connection, or Miami something."
Ah, shit.
Hey,
Bruce.
where's Bruce going?
Oh,
real
fuck.
quick,
Let's go get it. Let's go get her.
In case any of you don't know the incredibly obscure reference I'm making with this, Bruce, you walk into the bar. Sitting at the front is the owner of the bar, the male owner, in a fight with one of the Dragon Sound band members. And I've got pictures for them real quick.
Is it? Oh my god. Is it?
Oh Lord.
They all
what
look
do
like
we
Miami
see?
Vice.
No. You'll see.
It's his name's Mark.
Oh,
He's Asian American, and he's in the middle of the fight. He's in the middle of an argument with them, and he says something along the lines of like, the guy who's arguing says, "You're a history, Dragon Sound. The city wants fresh blood, fresh music. You get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "No, you can't tell us what to do. We're fucking Dragon Sound. You can't tell us anything." Like they get in a big sort of argument. It's like, "No, you can't sing this anymore." Ah! They get in a fight and stuff like that. It sounds melodramatic and cheesy, like out of a bad B movie.
Bruce will start chiming in, shouting some insults against Dragon Sound.
All right, Bruce, Frosty, what do you think would make an appropriate role for that?
I think
And let me ask you a different question. If you succeed, what's the outcome you would like to see from them?
I think persuasion. She's trying to piss them off. She wants,
Does she? Are you trying to piss them off at you?
yeah.
Do it. It's a very low difficulty,
They're easy to piss off right now.
especially the band who's replacing.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Real quick, how long would we have about before our gig?
Oh, you have a good 30
And
minutes.
she's trying to
Okay.
make them feel insulted, you know.
Oh,
Really?
you succeed. You rolled an 18, Frosty. You succeed. Considering it was probably a 13 at difficulty, you definitely succeed. They look at you and say, "Fuck you, bitch! What are you with your fake ass shark teeth?
Fuck you, poser and has been.
You
Has
got a
been.
problem here?
We're fucking Dragon Sound, bitch!"
Yeah, the sound of them dying.
He has no good response to that. You did roll an 18. He turns and he walks out. Says, "You're not going to hear the last of us." What's your band's name?
Neon Resonance, don't forget it.
Neon.
Neon Pulse.
Yeah.
Neon Pulse.
Resonance.
Close.
Neon Resonance is the campaign name.
Yeah.
Neon Groove is the.
Close enough.
Too many neons. We shouldn't have
Too
done
many
this.
neons.
But he goes, "All right, Neon Pulse. We're watching."
Of course, we're a great show. Unlike yourselves. You gotta have someone to look up to.
And with that, Mark, Tom, John, Jim, and Jack all leave.
That's what their names were.
The 3J.
Now, DM, I would like to do a thing before our session.
Yeah.
Our gig. If possible, I'd like to try and find a billboard nearby
All right.
and try and hack into it to put an advertisement to our own like our own play, like our own gig going on at this place.
All right, I would allow that. I don't want to jump into a net architecture
Yeah.
right now because I think it's kind of late in the session.
Mhm.
But why don't we make it an interface role? You
Okay.
to jack in, and then another interface role for you to like kind of get further in. It because interface does not rely on a stat. It'll just be fairly low difficulties.
Yeah.
So we'll say a 9 to 9 to jack in, and 11 to get the billboard to say what you want it to say.
Okay.
Still kind of challenging.
Ooh.
All right. Unfortunately, you're just not able to get into the net architecture. You tried your
Well,
best.
I tried.
It was a great idea. I definitely would have given you an extra reroll
Mm.
if you had done it, but unfortunately, you're just not able to get in.
Well,
So
You
you
tried.
go up there. So
You
just so you guys know, you see her walk up. She, you don't. You have. Do you have
Yes,
the
in
cyber
my
eyes? You have the
Yeah.
cyber eyes, don't you? So you don't even see the visors go down. You
Mhm.
just see her walk up, like within what is it, 8 meters for you
yeah.
of like one of the billboards, and she kind of like zones out for a bit and then comes back and it's like,
Oh, I tried.
all right, yeah. And then you guys head back in. All right.
Yeah. As I walk in, I'd like to look at the other band that was there. Dragon Sound.
Dragon Sound, they've left.
Hmm.
Well, they were leaving. You can try to catch them
Yeah.
as they're leaving.
I just as I enter, I just want to point at them and say, "Who's those posers?"
All right. Do you want to try to accomplish anything by saying that, other than
No.
pissing them off more?
Not really.
Okay. That's fine. You're joining in. All right, good. Then we won't make you make a roll. Like you're not trying to accomplish anything. They just continue like flicking you off. It's like you not heard the last of us as they walk out.
I have
They're
a quick
falling far.
question. I have a quick question. Are there TV or TVs in the bar?
Of course.
And I don't know the mechanics of it, but is it possible to link the drone so whatever the drone's recording plays on the TVs?
Yeah, that could be doable. That would not be an interface role because you're not trying to hack into the system.
Uh-huh.
You're literally just trying to like do the equivalent of like logging into the Wi-Fi and
Yeah.
hooking up. Are you going to
Lucky,
go ask the?
yeah. Lucky's gonna ask the owners if she can do that.
Yeah.
Hey, is it okay if I link my drone to your TVs while we play?
Sure, no problem.
All right.
Just to make sure you can do that, make a electronic security.
She's
roll.
gonna hold up her finger and she's Sky. X, come over here. Can you hook the camera to the TVs?
Of course.
There
It's
you
an
go.
electronic security
Out of
roll. whoever
character.
does it.
Of course you're gonna ask me.
Oh, look
Yes!
at that!
Yes.
Oh, look at that! 10 followed by 1. 23.
Yeah.
X. It's like nothing.
Love it.
So pretty
Just
soon you now
crispy
have this.
clean.
That's right. You now have this drone hovering,
hmm
watching the stage. Now, as it is, these observation drones are programmed just to basically just hover there.
Right.
It's not like great cinematography that's being done. You'd have to manually control it for that, and obviously you're not going to do that while playing.
Right.
But,
But you can do it during a split-second
right,
break
so
to
now
have it
people in the
hover.
back of the bar can now see
Uh-huh.
good close-ups of the band
Yeah.
playing.
Yep.
It maybe not be perfect. Like the person doing the solo may not be the focus of the drone, but
Right. She got
Yeah,
the
no.
wide angle on, so it catches the whole stage.
yeah, it looks great. Looks
She's
great.
like, yes. She gets the,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
All right. So you guys get up on stage. It's early night. It's opening. The crowd.
Before
begins to
that, I
trickle.
wanted to try and use my Rocker Boy charismatic inspiration to convince people to spray paint and trash Dragon Sound's van.
All right. Well, just so you know, it is different than it is in 2020.
Yes,
Uh,
it's a DC 10 to get like 4 fans to do something.
Yeah. So it's
Or not
there's a couple.
2010, DC 10, I think.
Yeah. So first off, the question is, impact on a small group of fans. So first off, So first off, are you hoping there's already fans in the group, like in the audience?
Yes.
All right. So row charismatic leadership, the charismatic impact thing plus the D10. An 11. Yeah, so you can get a small group of fans at rank 3 or 4, up to 6 fans, to provide booze, drugs, or other party favors, hang out with you. Spray painting something is certainly within the realm of that possibility. That's hardly super illegal or anything. So, where do you want them to spray paint? Like, what do you want them to spray paint and where? And you know what? Describe
Neon
the scene.
Pulse. They're gonna say that the fans are gonna write Neon Pulse was here on the van.
All right. All right, so just upset the scene. So you walk into this to the Neon group. You have a group of fans who go up to you. That's fucking Bruce. Bruce, what are you doing here? What's happened to your whole band, bitch?
Got a new band that's kicking ass and taking names, and you know what? Those Dragon Sound fuckers were just talking some shit, right?
Were they talking shit about you, Bruce?
Oh yeah, they tried to throw
Whoa,
down
what
with
the
me.
fuck,
I totally
Bruce?
taught them a lesson. You know, I
What
was
the
wondering.
fuck?
I know. What the fuck are they thinking?
What the fuck, Bruce?
Don't worry. I put them in their
You want us to
place.
kill him, Bruce? No, we can't kill him, Bruce.
No, not kill him. I was
No,
just
we're
thinking
not-
you could maybe spray paint Neon Pulse was here. Bruce was
Yes,
here.
fuck yeah, Bruce.
You know, just give
Where?
them some trouble.
Where, Bruce?
Right on their van. Right on their fucking
We're in the van. We're gonna fucking do it, Bruce. And they go
Oh.
rushing out the door. About 10 minutes later, you hear a voice go outside. He's like, "What the fuck? We just painted this shit."
Adsad's like, oh, sorry.
Hey, Bruce,
Yeah.
give this to your fans as I pass you some jerky.
They don't.
You only 6 of them.
I ain't touching that. I don't know where it's been.
That's
She
too
doesn't-
wholesome and good.
She doesn't trust not fish. Hey, damn, Brucey, you really got some rabid fans.
Oh yeah, love them. They'll do a lot for you. How do I think I cover my alcohol bill?
What do you call what do you got a name for your fan base?
You know, not yet. I haven't thought of that.
How about guppies? That's my
You know, I
my
like
suggestion.
that. I like that.
You know?
I'm gonna start calling them guppies.
I wonder if we
Alright.
got that idea from Shane.
I don't know.
Like the bubble
Alright.
guppies?
And where Bruce is an NPC, she might have used the
Yeah.
phrase guppies a few times. So anyway, after going out and pissing off Dragon Sound to the upteenth degree, which I'm sure will never, ever, ever come back to bite any of you in the ass. Let's face it, they would have been pissed at you anyway. So might as well, right?
Give them a good reason.
It's now time to perform. The crowd is coming in. The music's going up. You can hear that as their amp is turned on for the first time, and like there's a couple people up there tuning instruments and shit like that.
Lucky's up there making the drums sound like a Harley Davidson.
Is a drum
Alright.
sound like a Harley Davidson?
No. She thinks it sounds like one.
right.
Actually,
I
it's just
guess-
her. It's just her up there going.
All right. So the crowd goes in. The people start filling in. It's not a huge crowd. It's y'all's first performance.
Yeah.
The Neon Groove is a respectable bar. It ain't exactly High Point, but a lot of bands get their start here, right? It's a Thursday night. It's not a hot night. But you get maybe a crowd of 20 or 30 people. Pretty respectable for a club
That's good.
bar.
For a
Yeah.
first
Yeah, for a
show.
First gig, yeah. That's assuming you do well. So the way this is going to work, all of you get a chance. Your band has a reputation. That reputation.
You're cutting in and out and freezing, David, so we didn't hear any of that.
How am I sounding now? Am I good?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you're beginning to start out. You have just begun. Your reputation is 0. That means that for each of these performance rolls I'm going to ask you to do, your difficulty is a 16.
Okay.
So bear that in mind because you have, as a group, you got 2 plus 2 more. You have 4 rerolls that you get to spend almost. Because if you remember, you've practiced a total of enough hours to get 3, but you also basically created a new song.
Didn't we get 2 for that
Yeah,
one, though?
so we got
You did.
2.
So you got 2 for
4
that.
total.
So 4 total.
Cool.
So you have 4 rerolls. Now, this is for the whole band. So once a reroll is spent, it's gone.
Yeah. So I think we
So
should
you
all just do our things and roll, and then see from there.
No. That's not how it works.
Oh.
I'm going to ask each of you, one at a time, to describe your solo.
Okay.
The moment that you as a band member gets to shine. You roll, and you'll have to decide at that moment if you're going to spend the reroll. And the reason I do that is that it's a give or take thing.
Yeah.
You might end up using up all your rerolls early on, and like screw yourselves like later on. Like that's the point.
Right.
I'm purposely telling you not to do it all at once.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. In your first song, you go out. What's your like opening bit? Is it the drums hitting things up? Is it that bass setting up sort of the tone of things? Is that the guitar, like the guitar going?
I'm thinking sort of the Down with the Sickness drum beat,
down. Oh, okay, down with the sickness drum beat. Yeah.
Like
all right.
You know,
love it.
a good drum can really like give the vibe of song starting. So
All right.
Yeah.
So Lucky, everybody's
Okay.
looking at you, Lucky.
Mhm.
First performance of the band. You've only
Yep.
had 2 days to perform with them. They're like, "You're setting us off, girl."
Show us you. Show us.
Played off their song with the final.
She
you know,
takes-
just,
Can
you know,
you
just
do
grab
that?
What you
a,
got? Show us what
She
you
takes
got.
her-
grab a
Yep.
moment of like, hey, if you fuck this up,
She takes her jacket off, so just wearing that mini tank, rocks her neck back and forth, spins the drumsticks, and hits it. Bam! And
Make a play instrument drum roll. Your difficulty is a 16.
all right.
You
And
get
I'm
higher than a 16.
I am going to spend 3 luck.
Yeah, keep in mind, you get your luck back every session.
Yep.
That's true.
It's the end of the
Boom.
session. Oh!
Oh,
Rolled a 1.
Oh.
Rolled a 10.
You hate to see it.
So you begin off. It feels rough.
oh no, this is not feeling
Lucky.
good.
Use
Lucky.
that reroll.
Yep.
You use one of those 4 rerolls, Lucky.
Yeah.
Use it. Use it.
Yep.
I thought we
Use
had
it,
5
honey.
because we
Use
got
it.
2 and then 3.
Use it, honey.
19.
There we
Nice!
go. That's more
So you
like
use
it.
up one of those. So tell me how. So you're about to fail.
Yep. So
Tell me
she's
how the fact that the band cohesion, which is what those rerolls represent, help you get back on track.
So here's what happens. She spins the drumstick. She's so psyched out, she psychs herself out, and she smashes the cymbals first, and it's just it like kind of reverberates through her, and then she looks up and she sees the flashy teeth of Bruce, and she's like, "Oh!" And she and then she the sharky teeth of Bruce and how they're grinding probably because Bruce saw the cymbal go off wrong, and then she just kicks into it.
All right.
So Bruce scared her into performing well. Well, that's
Yeah.
one reroll down. As the drum set kicks off, knocks you guys off into your performance.
I
Who
think
does
probably.
the next solo bit.
Well, I was gonna say I probably Adzed probably clocks that Lucky had a less than stellar first hit, so he's like, all right, let me get her on the next one, and he does like the kind of like the dive bomb sort of thing as she hits the next does the next hit on the drum, so he goes boom.
Obviously, everybody knows what a dive bomb is, but me.
I
It's,
did, yeah. I guessed.
Van Halen when he does like the like
Yeah.
with the
All
whammy
right.
bar, the
Mhm.
the like whammy bar. He brings it all the way down and like
All right.
kind of a thing. Like
Why did
like-
I decide to run a music focused campaign when I don't know music?
I got some stuff to show you.
That's right. I got you to cover me.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right. Well,
yeah,
make a
so-
play instrument roll.
All
So you
right.
dive bomb apparently.
All right, here we go, and I will use 3 luck.
I can't wait for the session where a music performance is after like a life and death edge running campaign.
Yes.
What'd you roll there, Shane?
Twen-
You want to share?
21.
A 21
Nice.
easily beats the 16 as you just dive bomb away and you look good doing it. Right up there in the front of the stage. Do you like go up in front, like really showing off in front of the audience as you do?
Oh
it?
yeah, oh yeah. He comes up and then he starts hammering a little bit while like going a little bit on the
The
while,
band starts going
while
wild. It's like,
Lucky's yes.
fuck yeah! All right.
I think I need to have my guitar ready for our session so I can
Yeah.
just play exactly what I think I'm doing.
Yeah, that might be a fun idea. I'm just
I'll-
saying.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
You should just do it,
You see,
yeah.
I've got it right there. So
You do,
I'll be
yeah.
ready next time.
You'll be the only one doing it because you're the only musician in the group. But yeah, it'd be awesome.
Awesome. I
All right,
love
who's
it.
next after the guitar? Is the guitar dive bomb down? There's the right expression.
Yeah, no,
Dive
yeah,
bombs down.
yeah.
Who's going to follow up on that?
I
You
guess
still have
it's gonna
3
be my
rerolls.
turn.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
X?
All right.
Start off for
All
strongest
right,
things
X.
and go for our weaker things later on.
X, you were saying you're going to step in or something like that?
Yeah, I go for a
Let's hear
more
it.
funky bass line to get in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. Make
I'm
your
going to
make your
add-
play instrument as you add a funky beat.
I'm gonna add my 2 luck to it because why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
X,
there
you
we
want to share
go.
how you rolled and describe to me how it sounds?
It begins slow with a couple of, bass strums,
Mm-hmm.
but then it gets really into the swing of it.
Nice. And
Awesome.
it was a 20, by the way. The dive.
Yes, the 20.
All right, who wants to try next? All that's left is the good news is there's still 3
The
rerolls.
vocals and me.
Do you want to finish?
Bruce is
with
going to
the-
come
the
in
list?
last as she kind of
Yeah.
like paces
So
around
yeah,
the
so,
stage.
so I think I'm
Mhm.
gonna so yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna hop in to like finish the finish off the instrumentals, and yeah.
All right, make your play instrument roll.
Yep.
Hit them keys.
Keyboard in. Yeah.
Hit them keys,
Mhm.
girl.
Ooh.
All right.
21.
Yeah.
21, yeah. Describe to me how you performed. You did do a very good job.
How you do it, Lich?
Sky? Did we lose Sky?
Oh no.
Right at the most important moment, too.
Oh no.
She's really showing off with her cool keyboard skills, and suddenly
Yeah.
Sky just drops off the call.
Oh no. Is she still there?
I'm not hearing anything. Well, Brucey.
Are you there?
Oh,
Are
wait,
you-
Sky?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah. For some reason, we dropped.
Mike,
we
Mike
lost you
is
for a
you.
second.
Oh no.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna be playing on my keyboard and changing instruments as I go on to like help the synergy of things and back up some of the other people while I'm at it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
you're
like-
playing like a good supporting role kind of thing, and also playing off the key. Like,
Mhm.
let me ask a question. Like, when you play the keyboard, how is it more like classic piano, more synthy, more like within the context of a punk band? How do you imagine the
Mhm.
keyboard stuff?
Mm. I'm guessing it'd be more of like a synth type of feel typically. Um, and then switching at some parts to sound more of the like other instrumentals to like back them up with a second degree of their instrument.
Alright. Yeah,
Hmm.
because swap over
Yeah.
with the synthesizer.
I mean
company.
that's kind
Love
of a
it.
good part of the keyboard. It's able to become pretty much any instrument. So
Bruce, the band has been so good. They haven't used up any
Mhm.
only one reroll.
You've got three of them.
You're already going to do well tonight. Can you cap it off?
So Bruce is gonna do her thing and sing. So let me roll it.
And we do keep them after the performance if we don't use them, right?
You do.
They stack.
It's capped at 5, but
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
But that means that we only need 2 more to cap it off, and then we'll be fine for
Mhm.
God knows
Yeah,
what.
Exactly.
Well, every time you succeed, you have a successful performance, you gain a band reputation,
hmm
which increases the difficulty next time you perform.
Yeah.
Now, I do think like you all rolled around 20, 21 or so.
We can make it
Eventually,
decently-
you'll reach that point, and then it'll top out. But we'll get there.
So
Mhm.
I would like
Yeah.
to also do an acting roll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means. As a matter of fact, if you want, I'll let you use the play instrument as a complement to that.
Sure.
So if you want to succeed on that, add a +1 to your acting.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to start being at like reputation 5 to start beating at the 20 mark. So
Wait,
Acting's the performance check, right?
yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice roll.
Nice indeed.
Nice.
Oh hell yeah.
So Bruce comes out
22.
with a 22 on her at the and 18 on her singing. So what she does is she gets to the front and kind of puts her hands down, sort of leaning in really close to the crowd, holding the mic, and starts with this really deep guttural growl. And just brings it up as she raises her hand to try and get the whole crowd in on it, holding the mic with them, staring them in the face as the growl just keeps going, and she holds it and holds it and holds it as she's rising, just very primal, powered opening
Yes.
before she gives the signal for the band to kick into the first song.
Like all of a sudden, everybody plays into it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and Final Glitch gets going. Actually, I don't know. Would you start with Final Glitch or would you end with Final Glitch?
Oh no, Final Glitch is a pretty good opener.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
open it.
I think it has to be an opening act. Yeah.
it could be a closer.
Everything
or an
else you guys
opener.
currently have is a cover. So I mean,
It's true.
I don't
Yeah,
know
we'll
think
how
it's
open
to
great.
with it. We'll open with it.
I think we
Yeah.
should open and close with it.
Encore. Reprise.
Well,
as
that
they
was
say.
actually an incredibly successful performance.
Mhm.
And your performance as a band, your reputation as a band has gone up by one. You now have a reputation of one band.
We're now a reputation of 1.
That's right. At the end of tonight, you each get 50 eddies.
Wow.
Oh, hey, I'll take
We
it.
are rolling in it.
You will also earn money for your hustle. I don't. We can roll that now, real quick.
Cool.
It's just your normal hustle based off of your career and your rank in your career.
What do we roll?
I think it's a D6.
The D6.
Just a regular old
And there's
D6.
a table I look up on.
Well, I ain't making any money. I apparently pissed the band off.
I
mean,
It's
rolled
I know
actually
I
not
pissed
a.
them off.
It's actually not a lowest to highest, Frosty.
Oh,
For a rocker boy, you actually got 200 eddies. If you'd rolled a 2, you would have got nothing.
Oh,
So it doesn't scale from 1 to 6. It's random.
Lucky rolled a 3.
Frosty, you got 200 eddies. You did a good job. Adzed is a solo at 5. You got nothing. 0
nothing.
eddies. They got pissed at you, bitch.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, whatever money you got paid got eaten up by other expenses.
Oh, god damn it.
Javi
I
is no.
knew it.
Javi, we will use this as your. It's kind of tricky for you because you switched careers mid-session.
Yeah.
But we'll go with the Nomad for now, and you can give this to Lucky. With a 3, you got 100 eddies.
All right.
Smuggling small contraband, which is appropriate because I know what you were doing before.
All right.
X, you
It would be from MedTech since I switched jobs.
you switch, yeah. It doesn't make a difference though because from 1 to 4 is all the same.
Well,
but it's
from what I'm
medtech
looking
versus tech.
I get
no, I mean,
200 eddies since I
it's,
rolled
yeah,
a
no,
2.
no, it's different because you're doing a medtech instead of a tech, but going from 4 to a 1, like because you have a 1 in medtech versus a 4 in tech.
That's
uh,
what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, a 2 is 200 eddies. You can ignore the descriptor. It's what we described.
What
Is the
just-
sorry? No, I was just gonna ask: is the table of success in the core book?
Yeah.
It is, so you can look it up.
Okay, cool.
I was just
Just 'cause
curious.
I'm curious.
Yeah, if you look up in the roll, it's on page starting on page 382.
382. Cool.
For the Netrunner on a 4, you
Yeah.
got 200 eddies for your work this week.
And
All right. So we will wrap up at the end of the session with a figure coming up to you after your performance. The crowd is going wild. Final glitch really struck a chord. Everyone loved it. The crowd just seemed to eat it up right out of your hand. You went off onto your cover songs. They liked those two. But like you could tell that the sound that you created with that new song really was something they wanted, something that wasn't being given to them by any other band, and they really, really seemed to go for it. A woman. Well, you think she's a woman. It's she is red. Her skin is red. She has a tail. And is wearing these sort of
exotic.
kind of like you might call like leather corset. As she walks up to you,
This feels like
she's
a-
got these sort of red cyberware going around her bits, like across her face. Her eyes are glowing red. Her hair is this deep red. Some of you who might know a bit about biosculpting
Mhm.
might have heard about this particular biosculpt. It's like a demonique.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People who
I know
maybe-
all about Biotechnica Zoo.
This woman has definitely gone through it. As she walks up,
Yeah, that's what I was
says,
thinking.
I am Lilith.
Mm.
She walks up. Let's see, who would she walk up to? She walks up to Adzen.
Oh.
And the band is mingling around after the end of the song, after the performance with that. You feel a gentle touch on your shoulder. You look over, you see her there. I am Lilith.
Oh. Hi.
Child.
Do I know you?
You will. I'm at the Atlantis. I've got work for you.
Me or the band?
Either or. The work I have for you is perhaps a bit more personal. And then with that, she kind of just leaves.
She floating away? Oh my god. Okay.
Have you guys ever seen Dracula Dead and Loving It? She starts
Yeah.
floating
Yeah.
away, and somebody says,
Yeah.
"Stop it!" And it's just then steps.
So Lilith.
That's
would
it.
be-
That's kind of where I was. Where I was going.
Great minds think alike, there, Shane.
So Lilith would be Atlantis.
That's biblical. Adam's first wife, mother of demons.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know the story.
Well, hey, she's got work for us, so
And with that, we'll call it the end of the session.
All
all
right.
right.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. And Next week, again, as a reminder, we are not meeting, but we will meet the week after that on the 12th.
Remember to stick around for our video at the end if you want to hear Final Glitch. And I guess say goodnight, Javi.
Good
Good
night.
night, Javi.
Good night,
how do
Javi.
I have a
Tensions fade.